Talladega, it's a golden opportunity type of race. Two cars get crossed up and go spinning. Trouble here on the main straightaway. Caution flag will fly.
It felt like I was riding a horse out there.
Welcome to the ultra-high banks of Talladega Superspeedway. Race number 4 of the ARCA Menards Series season brings us to one of the crown jewels of the sport for the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200. Our second Superspeedway race of the year. 40 drivers going to line up, including our points leader, Jake Bowman, for Nitro Motorsports. After 3 races, he's been fantastic. Jack Wood,
exactly the way I needed it to.
So close in Kansas
Anyway, hello everyone. I am BowserJrXD. Welcome to the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200 at Talladega Superspeedway, race 3 of 20 for the ARCA Menards Series in 2026.
Always entertaining, on and off the track, top 10 here last year. Hi, buddy, glad you're along. Brent Stover alongside Phil Parsons, Austin Cindric. You won this in 1988. You won here just last spring. We'll get to that in a moment. Phil, the one word that always comes to mind at Talladega, unpredictability.
Yeah, Brent, they built this place over 50 years ago to be the biggest, the baddest, the fastest place in the world, and they achieved that. Years ago, I qualified here at almost 210 miles an hour, but then cars started flying through the air, and we had to slow them down a little bit. So now they're restricted to about 185 or 190. And oh, by the way, that's still plenty fast, too. But what happened when we did that, it brings the cars together, and what we have now is called pack racing. Sometimes pack racing is great. Sometimes it goes bad. This is the last lap at our sister track of Daytona. Jake finished at 15, leading the race, gets turned.
I don't think that was the last lap. What's the last lap exactly? I'm pretty sure it was before the last.
Chaos here, and that's hard to do.
Austin, you've won here. You've won the Daytona 500 as well. As a driver, how do you make sure you're around at the end in contention?
Well, survival is so important, as Phil alluded to, and you're going to have a fast race car and make the right decisions. And it's something that's oh so challenging to do time after time, each time here at Talladega.
All right, down to pit road, Josh Sims and Caitlin Vincey here today. Guys?
Well, thank you. Yes, it was a very busy garage area for the ARCA Menards Series yesterday. But since the last time these cars were on track, inclement weather came in, Josh.
Yeah, that's right. It rained all morning. Luckily, hours ago, the rain moved away. It's still pretty overcast, but they were able to dry the track. It's going to be a green racetrack, but at least we're going to get this race in. But I want to talk about the 97 of Jason Kitzmiller.
While we're waiting, so this is the, I don't know what I'm trying to say. So this is the second of the 2 super speedway races in the ARCA Menards Series. Last time it was Gio Ruggiero, and he won it, when I say last time, I mean the last restrictor plate race, which unfortunately is the same. It is, I think also, he also won Kansas after wrecking a driver to bring up the caution needed to win, which is rather crappy, in my opinion. Nonetheless, he's back in the car for this one, and I guess we just move on.
Showcasing what he can do. So too does Gio Ruggiero. He's been so impressive, obviously, in this series. Fresh off of a win just last week. He is very good on these style racetracks. Had a chance to talk with Gio earlier before the race, and he told me, you know, after that finish in the last couple of weeks, I'm not sure if I have a lot of friends out here to work with, which could be a little problematic on a racetrack like this. But the goal, of course, is to get back-to-back wins.
Well, you know, Caitlin, it'd be a crime if we didn't talk about Cletus back in the field. A place here where he finished in the top 10 last year after going through some engine troubles. Learned a lot that day. I talked with the team earlier today, and they say, hey, training wheels are off for Cletus today. They expect him to compete in the top 10 all day and come away.
What kind of ticker is that?
Good stuff. Thanks, guys. At all time in the series, 21 drivers have secured their first ever victory at this track. Haven't had a repeat winner in the last 19. Temperatures at 70. Had rain this morning. It has subsided. Continues to be cloudy. Not much of a breeze. Let's go back trackside for the command to fire engines here at Talladega.
All right, Talladega. Here today to give the command of fire engines, please welcome General Manager at Tempo Builders, Kyle Bennett. With Executive Director for the Alabama Manufactured Housing Association, Lance Latham.
Drivers, start your engines!
Commands given, 40 cars ready to roll out onto the track. We had one DNQ, that being Nick White for White Motorsports, the family-owned number 22 car. All right, here is today's starting lineup. Get the freaking spreadsheet up. There we go. Starting 40th, driving the number 93 Bighorn Outdoors Chevrolet for Costner Motorsports. 37 years old from Daytona Beach, Florida, Allie Owens. Starting 39th, driving the number 8 Nesco, the Trends Group Chevrolet for Empire Racing. 42 years old from Goshen, New York, Sean Korn. Starting 38th, driving the number 26 RJ Motors Toyota for Vanco Racing. 43 years old from Sheridan, Illinois, Ron Vandermeer Jr. Starting 37th, driving the number 36 Commonwealth Equipment Ford for Ryan Huff Motorsports. 25 years old from Williamsburg, Virginia, Ryan Huff. Starting 36th, driving the number 75 OB Builders Chevrolet for Brother-in-Law Racing. 66 years old from Alexandria, Louisiana, Brian Doza. Starting 35th, driving the number 27 Military Green Cards Toyota for Richmond Motorsports. 27 years old from Ottawa, Illinois, Tim Richmond. Starting 34th, driving the number 7 Largemouth Coffee Toyota for CCM Racing. 59 years old from Piedmont, Oklahoma, Eric Caudell. I should mention that the bottom 4 cars are assigned by speed, the top 36 are by owner points. Starting 33rd, driving the number 69 Aviation Technology Toyota for Kimmel Racing. 37 years old from Sellersburg, Indiana, Will Kimmel. Starting 32nd, driving the number 88 RiversEdgeVT.com Lighten Home Chevrolet for Moyer Petronero Racing. 38 years old from Tampa, Florida, A.J. Moyer. Starting 31st, driving the number 34 Orlando Health City Garage Motorsports Ford for VWV Racing. 26 years old from Sanford, Florida, Logan Misaraka. Starting 30th, driving the number 86 Club Racing Inc. Ford for Club Racing Inc. 27 years old from Wilbur, Massachusetts, Jeff McConey. Starting 29th, driving the number 79 Pintail Navigation Patriot Site Services Chevrolet for CR7 Motorsports. 27 years old from Ransomville, New York, Steve Lewis Jr. Starting 28th, driving the number 1 PRS Pipe Restoration Services Chevrolet for Maples Motorsports. 23 years old from Statesville, North Carolina, Andrew Patterson. Starting 27th, driving the number 66 OCR Gazbar Ford for Wayne Peters for MBM Motorsports. 55 years old from Kanawake, Canada, Derek White. Starting 26th, driving the number 06 Janice Brickhouse Chevrolet for Wayne Peterson Racing. 64 years old from Columbus, Mississippi, Con Nicolopoulos. Starting 25th, driving the number 48 Gary Speed Shop Ford for Brad Smith Motorsports. 57 years old from Shelby Township, Michigan, Brad Smith. Starting 23rd, driving the 24th, driving the number 19 Maples Motorsports Chevrolet for Maples Motorsports. 27 years old from Sawyer, Michigan, Matt Kemp. Starting at 23rd, driving the number 01 Lolcow.co Ford for Fast Track Racing. 36 years old from Oaks Bluff, Alabama, Cody Dennison. Starting 22nd, driving the number 10 High Torque of New York, Double H Ranch Chevrolet for Fast Track Racing. 63 years old from Ballston Spa, New York, Ed Pompa. Starting 21st, driving the number 55 Mobile One Toyota for Nitro Motorsports. 21 years old from Fort Mill, South Carolina, Isabella Robusto, however it's pronounced. Starting 20th, driving the number 30 BaldEagle.com Ford for Rhett Jones Racing. 31 years old from Bradenton, Florida, Garrett Mitchell, aka Cletus McFarland. I don't know why I froze up on that. Starting 19th, driving the number 03 Club Racing Inc. Ford for Club Racing Inc. 34 years old from Morris, Illinois, Alex Clubb. Starting 18th, driving the number 0, Heatwave Visual Ford for Wayne Peterson Racing. 33 years old from Spring Hill, Florida, George Siciliano. Starting 17th, driving the number 11, North Dakota State University, Brenco Toyota for Fast Track Racing. 22 years old from West Fargo, North Dakota, Bryce Hogberg. Starting 16th, driving the number 41, Jans Towing Ford for Jans Towing Racing. 20 years old from Madeira, California, Robbie Keneally. Starting 15th, driving the number 25, Cab Installers Toyota for Nitro Motorsports. 31 years old from Bluffton, South Carolina, Gus Dean. Starting 14th, driving the number 89, Circle S Ranch, Rancher's Choice Net Wrap Chevrolet for Rise Racing with Earnhardt Shearer Racing. 38 years old from Cleveland, North Carolina, Bobby Dale Earnhardt. Starting 13th, driving the number 12, Yamada Aikido Macnica Toyota for Fast Track Racing. 49 years old from Nagoya, Japan, Takuma Koga. Starting 12th, driving the number 15, Phoenix Toyota for Nitro Motorsports. 20 years old from Lynn Haven, Florida, Jake Finch. Starting 11th, driving the number 17, Barebone Chevrolet for Cook Racing Technologies. 19 years old from Mill Valley, California, Monty Tipton. And now for the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 71, Hook Solutions Chevrolet for Class Motorsports. 38 years old from Buffalo, New York, Andy Jankowiak. Starting 9th, driving the number 24, Champion Container Ford for SPS Racing. 22 years old from DeLand, Florida, Daniel Dye. Starting 8th, driving the number 99, Maples Motorsports Chevrolet for Maples Motorsports. 62 years old from Choctaw, Oklahoma, Michael Maples. Starting 7th, driving the number 70, JBL Toyota for Nitro Motorsports. 20 years old from Colts Neck, New Jersey, Thomas Annunziata. Starting 6th, driving the number 77, Free FRE Nicotine Pouches Chevrolet for Pinnacle Racing Group. 26 years old from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Taylor Reimer. Starting 5th, driving the number 91, First Bank of Alabama Ford for Maples Motorsports. 25 years old from La Mirada, California, Ryan Vargas. Starting 4th, driving the number 97, All Construction, Carter Caterpillar Chevrolet for CR7 Motorsports. 52 years old from Petersburg, West Virginia, Jason Kitzmiller. Starting 3rd, driving the number 28, Road Ranger Chevrolet for Pinnacle Racing Group. 25 years old from Loomis, California, Jack Wood. Starting on the outside pole, driving the number 20, Nitro Motorsports Toyota for Nitro Motorsports. 19 years old from Huntington Beach, California, Jake Bowman, who is the only rookie. And on the pole, driving the number 18, First Auto Group Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. 19 years old from Seacog, Massachusetts, Gio Ruggiero. That is your starting lineup for today's Alabama Manufactured Housing 200. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta handle some clothes, but then the stream should be ongoing. I'll keep the volume.
Jack, you did such a great job last week, headed to victory. I know how emotional that was to you, but here you get to come to Talladega, one of your favorite places, the very next week. What do you think about today?
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part of racing, right? There's always the next race. So I'm glad that I was able to prove to myself and everybody that, you know, we're capable, and happy to be back here at Talladega this week to give it one more shot.
No, we're looking forward to seeing you do that, Jack. Why don't you tell us all what we're going to see from how these cars draft at Talladega? You've done a few races this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot different than trucks. I think the runs are smaller. You definitely have more time to make decisions. So I think the guys that can execute properly normally, you know, stay up front. So, you know, we'll see how this thing drives compared to Daytona today. It's been a while since I've been in an ARCA car at Talladega, and see how it goes.
Yeah, well, best of luck today, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Jack Wood will start 3rd here in the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200 starting grid. For Pinnacle Racing Group, they have been fantastic so far this season, and he had it in his grips last week. Race analysis, Phil, what do you see here with 76 laps.
Yeah, see, this race is 76 laps, just a little bit over 200 miles. We will have a scheduled caution on or near halfway, which is lap number 38. You see our winner last year was Lawless Allen. But the key is, a lot of the crew chiefs say once they get to lap 25, that gets them in their window to go the rest of the way. So we may see a lot of pit stops if we see a caution around lap 25.
Lawless Allen
Lights are off the
last year in
pace
overtime. If we
truck,
get to
so
overtime, it's one
next time
shot
by we will be
at
going
one
green.
lap, and that is all. They will freeze the field if there's a wreck and a caution on that overtime lap. Getting set to do it here. Fourth race of the season. Daytona was an absolute thriller back in February. Unbelievable on the last couple of laps.
So that's what
and then into overtime.
you get to the top 30 basically, and that's it. Which is more than enough.
Let's take a look at today's Rookie Spotlight brought to you by Bounty. It's the number 20 of Jake Bowman. Talked about him being the points leader. He'll be a factor here today, Phil.
Yeah, solid finishes. Only driver in the series that has top 10 finishes in all 3 races. 6th is his worst finish this year, so really doing an outstanding job racing for this championship.
Oh, he has signer fees on the car. It didn't say that, though.
Bowman so close at Daytona with that second place finish that you just talked about. Talk about some of the favorites in here. The one thing about lining up the field with owners' points in 2026, you've got some really good cars starting deep in the field.
Not really.
I think that's a key factor for how this race is going to play out for the start. You're going to see guys, and these guys and girls spread out a little bit, as you mentioned. There's going to be
Pace truck rolling off. It'll 76 laps around the 2.66 mile super speedway. The Joe Gibbs Racing number 18 leading the field through the tri-oval towards turn number 1.
Very good race car, blew an engine yesterday, then short practice.
Here we go. We're green at Talladega.
In the ARCA Menards series, and we are set to do it at Talladega.
About a 7-car breakaway right now. A little bit of a gap
That was
back
a
there
pathetic
to
start
the 8th place runner
for the field. Hopefully they'll get up to speed quickly.
Ruggiero and Bowman picking up speed into the turn.
I think we do have some of our fastest cars at the front of the field with the top 4 or 5 cars, but it's going to take a while for some of those better cars to see the back of the field. They're almost 4 wide going down the back straightaway as these leaders.
Ruggiero leads on the low line, followed by Jack Wood and Thomas Annunziata. I think that's
by the 28 of Jack Wood.
Daniel Dye in 4th
in the 20
and
car in
5th.
third
Oh,
right
4 wide there. Ryan Huff, Pearl McNutt,
over there in turn 3
Logan
and 4.
Misaraka, and Andrew
Keneally
Patterson.
on the bottom of that. Andrew Patterson on the top side, the 1 car.
And they're going to stay 4 wide.
4 wide on lap number 1 at Talladega.
Sean Corr trying to work his way from 39th.
Leading it. He's 2 for 2 this season.
Patterson is going to fall back a bit after that maneuver.
Jack Wood had
but
a
they're
shot
like, that's
until the
20
very
basically.
late moments at Kansas, looking for some redemption here this afternoon.
Top 4 breaking away. Ruggiero, Wood, Annunziata, and Dye.
Communication about where to be and where not to be at the moment. And as you see, the leaders are starting to string out the bottom, and everyone's fighting to get down to this bottom lane as that's where the speed is, that's where the pack is, that's where it has the most cars. And see quite a few Nitro Motorsports cars stuck in this outside row trying to either generate something or trying to get down.
It's Ruggiero followed by Wood, and then Thomas Annunziata and Daniel Dye in the 24.
You talk about Gus Dean. Gus won this race 10 years ago, his first ever career win in the ARCA
behind
series.
The top 10,
his average finisher over several starts is like 6th.
Yeah, right behind
exactly
him.
It.
Cletus Ari up
used
to
to watching
9th.
Cletus in a green race car. Usually it's red, white, and blue. I'm going to have to get used to that.
Started
today.
20th, so he's up 11 positions since the start.
Yeah, and he actually did that on 7 cylinders. Lost a cylinder last year. Really did a nice job working the draft, and ended up with a top 10 finish.
In that green, the greenbaldeagle.com car.
Sports cars lined up in this
He's
outside
got Bobby Dale Earnhardt lined up behind him.
Team is in this outside lane.
The second pack has caught the
they're going to
first.
be able to move up forward.
Kitz Miller
as
trying to latch onto the bottom of it. Taylor Reimer now in the 5th position.
71 of Jankowiak jumps in front of this, and
Yeah, he saw that too, what you were talking about. So let me get a piece of that.
And the difficult part is you know that these cars behind you, if you're Jen Kowiak, these cars behind you are going to stick together because they're teammates. And that's either good because they're going to push you to the promised land, or it's real bad because they can hang out whenever they want.
And they do have a good relationship, Andy Jankowiak, along with
Cletus
these Nitro
now up to
Motorsports guys. I know
now,
they work together on a number of
side
occasions.
by side for 7.
So we'll see if they stay in line.
You see, there's already been a gap
They're
formed.
too wide behind the front
six cars to this too wide. These two wide cars are going a little bit slower, and these leaders are breaking away.
And it's Jason Kitzmiller,
it's a line of nitro cars behind,
and he's coming off a nice race. 6th place finish in Kansas. He was 7th at Daytona to start the year.
Oh, and they spit him out. They spit out Andy J,
the
pizza man from Buffalo.
Jankowiak in front of him. They're going to go top 3 and send him right back to the back.
Yeah, so much for their buddy Andy Jankowiak.
Doesn't last long
enough. Andy J settles behind Steve Lewis Jr. I got to say, Steve Lewis Jr. has never qualified,
to help you.
I don't think, for an ARCA race in his own car.
It's
Good opportunity for him in a second CR7 Motorsports Chevrolet, and he's right now in the 10th position. Looking back in the pack, we see Michael Maples, Will Kimmel, Ron Vandermeer, Sean
You may
Core.
have somebody that you really don't care for, but if they can help you, you're gonna use them, even if it helps them.
Good racing, though, in this
Penske guys
back
have done
half.
a great job on super speedways working together.
No, this conversation's only going to continue to ramp up throughout the weekend with
these
the
cars
O'Reilly
might
series,
get
and then
easily
obviously
lapped
the
if
Cup
they
race
can't
tomorrow, especially.
Get a run going to try and catch
that's
leading
what it's going to
packs.
take to be able to win these races is teamwork.
Qualifying got rained out for the Cup Series. How big of a deal is that for you to not have the opportunity to get in the race car until the race on Sunday now?
I think for us,
Michael Maples getting
it's
spit out. Will Kimmel, Ron Vandermeer, Logan Misaraka, Ryan Huff, Sean Core, AJ Moyer, Ryan Vargas, Squirrel
for these
McNutt,
guys and girls to not have that pit selection, but for us, the pit strategy with a much longer race is super important.
She's 5 other cars trying to
We
slide
talked
in
about
behind
friends, and Ruggiero made it clear. We talked about in the open that number 18 car does not have many friends after that late wreck that he caused last week on his way to the win.
Yeah, this number 69 car, Will Kimmel, does have a lot of friends, though. He had a traumatic moment yesterday during our short practice session.
Engine blew.
The practice session was only like 5 or 6 minutes, but he had exploded an engine. Let's take a look back. You see the bottom of your screen. Watch the fire here.
Whoa.
I mean, a catastrophic engine failure, and that is the only engine that Will and his dad Bill brought with them. But friends and family pitched in, bought Will a brand new engine. That's what's in this car right now. So you talk about having friends. Will Kimmel and his dad Bill had a lot of friends, and that's why he's out here already from the very back up to the 16th
Kimmel
spot.
Yeah,
crew
39
is
to
catching
16, and to
another
your
car.
point,
It might be a lap
for these teams, there's not as much.
Oh, it's
not
not.
nearly
It's
as much
Bryce
in the bank account.
Hogberg. He's gonna continue
$64,000.
to
So that
fall
is
back.
big to be able to buy
Hogberg
that
started
engine
higher
and
because
have
of
some
owner
friends and
points.
family to fill his
But this
point
train
pitch in,
is
and
just
he's
gonna
halfway
pass
through
him
the
by, and
field
he'll probably
already.
slink outside
And we are
of the
only
top
at lap
25.
number 7. So Kimmel looking good in the 69, lap 7 of 70.
Behind
at
the top
Talladega
7, the top
Superspeedway.
9
On an
now, I
overcast
think.
day
Behind the
here
top
in
10,
late
there's
April
a
on
kind of
FS1.
a set of cars that are sideways. It's several Nitro Motorsports cars that are all feuding with each other, trying to pass each other. Cletus, I think, is 7th still. I'm still here. I'm just hanging some laundry. Stuff you gotta do. well, not back. I'm watching, by the way, on the Fox One app, just $200 a year for your NASCAR, your IndyCar, and your MotoGP racing needs, as well as everything else you might find on Fox, just their game shows, their reality shows, and even their news coverage. Want to make sure it's better than cable, and at least if you're willing to stand the small delay. Let's see. I subscribed to you. Second time you're watching. Thank you, Canadian Wolf 6582. I appreciate it.
In this race, Taylor Reimer in the top 5, driving that number 77. With more on her, down to Caitlin.
Yeah, guys, had a chance to talk with Taylor earlier before the race. She's had very respectable runs so far this year, but hasn't really had the finishes to show for them. But one asset she feels like she has with her, of course, this weekend is having a lot of confidence in her crew chief, Kevin Reed Jr., who, of course, helped guide Lawless Allen to a win here at Talladega a year ago. But the other thing I talked to her about was all of the people who have come forward to help support her racing endeavors. One of them being NASCAR legend Mark Martin was one of the people who came on board as a sponsorship role for the weekend for Taylor Reimer. So she says that support has been very meaningful for her to see the good people who want to partner with her and be a part of her racing, guys.
Absolutely, and to your point, she has had some issues this year, 30th and a 32nd, but right now running inside the top 5.
Yeah, that 77 is one of the PRG cars, a teammate to that 28 of Jack Wood.
Adopted almost
that could come into play later on. It looks like Daniel Dye's going to jump to the outside.
And you set in the break, you feel like he's got a really fast car.
I do, but you can't be a fast car by yourself. And Jack Wood likes the idea of being able to get around Giorgio.
They run well. They just
been involved in crap. With a 10-car breakaway, you can't see a single car behind this group. It's like they're having their own little race out here.
At Kansas last week.
Obviously, with 65 laps to go, 12 laps in. This is an interesting move, and curious to see what Jack Wood and Daniel Dye are able to do with this run.
Runs the outside. Here comes Jack Wood ahead of trying to get
the other drivers seem to be interested. You know, these two Nitro Motorsports cars. We had 4 of them there together.
Jake Bowman and Jake Finch to the outside to work with Daniel Dye
through this 10-car pack.
Cletus is falling back to the 9th position
right here in 10th, that black car. A black car and an Earnhardt at Talladega. Some magic there. Bobby Earnhardt talked to him.
I think Bobby Dale Earnhardt is now the last car in the lead draft. I don't think he has the speed to stay with it.
Was his all-time favorite. The fact he wanted to race Daytona, he was able to do that. Had a top 10 finish in this car, and here he is at Talladega. He said that was next on my list. Obviously, so much success with his family here at Talladega. Dale Sr.'s last win was right here in 2000 at Talladega. That's remember when he came from like 17 or 18 with 3 laps to go.
I think there's a chance that the top 3 start to break away.
This is eldest grandson.
There is already a sizable gap.
The 89 car up in the top 10 to your point, Phil.
And probably a 3-car length gap.
A lot of that dominance here at Talladega with Junior winning 6 times in the Cup Series here.
No one's been lapped yet, aside from mechanical failures. Oh, Jesus.
They're unbelievably good here at this racetrack. Both of those drivers for sure.
Stop showing us their lap times and tell us.
Yeah, guys, in terms of strategy for Bobby entering this race, at Daytona, like you mentioned, he came away with that top 10. But for the most part, during the first part of that race, they ran towards the back. They were content to ride around, keep it clean, come home, and it worked.
All right, 6 cars are on the lead lap. Matt Kemp is 3 down. Never mind. So we have 38 cars on the lap. Matt Kemp currently having completed 9 laps. I think he might have had some sort of problem. Brad Smith is 1 lap down.
Pack. A few minutes ago, they came over the radio and said, hey, everybody is content right now to run that bottom line. We've seen things change a little bit more, but he's holding that position.
Taylor Reimer up to 4th, past Daniel Dye, who's falling back to 7th.
I tell you, he's been aggressive. It's Daniel Dye trying to get these side drafts, trying to get back down the line. He's
6
as I spoke about. I think he's got a fast car. He's able to keep the gaps super close, which shows you kind of break through that air bubble off the front bumper. But you're going to need more than 2 or 3 cars to go against a 10-car pack, especially when there's not a ton of energy from behind. So good notebook there, I think, for them early in the race. I also learned something. I think it shows me that Jack Wood's ready to go. You know, he pulled out a line, tried to give him a help, a sniff with the draft, but Right now, it's just, you know, too calm, too separated the pack. Like I said, even in that shot, you still can't
Coming
see
up
the
on
rest
the
of the
lap
field.
car, two cars that are going to get lapped
that's all
right
due
about
to your
now.
point, Brad, for the start of the race. Just, you know, too spread out from the starting order. As you see, a bit of contact here.
Robusto is...
and Kimmel. 55 and the 69 got into each other.
Just a little innocent
Here
kiss
they
there,
come.
it looked like.
All right,
You get to
3
that corner
cars
exit,
about to get lapped.
Easy to wash the nose. You see some of these
Which
cars
I can't
wiggling
tell who
on
they
that
are.
Turn 4 exit.
One of them's a club
Busto's
car.
third
The one's a
here last year,
03.
highest ever finish in this series for a
I think another...
female driver, but it's been a rough start.
All right.
The first 3 races here
So
in
the 86 of Jeff McConey,
Isabella,
the 17 of Monty Tipton, and the 03 of Alex Clubb getting lapped.
You know, last week, Cletus McFarland had an oil line come off. Isabella was right there behind him, got in the oil, made
some of the
significant
cars did not
contact
lap,
with the
particularly
outside
some of the
safety barrier.
lead lap cars
But,
did not lap
having
the
a
others
good run
well.
here. And look
and
for Isabella to make
Cletus
her way up
is
into
now
that
on the
lead
verge
draft
of
here.
6th. If he can
Gonna
get
be
past
wild,
Daniel
though. They're
Dye,
almost
who's
10
trying to
seconds
hang on the
behind this
outside,
lead draft
he'll
now.
get him.
10 seconds ahead of that second pack.
And now that 24 Dye going
There's
backwards in the
Robusto,
outside.
Meyer
you're
back
probably
in
no
the
help.
back draft, in the backpack.
See Gus Dean, we talked about Gus a few moments ago. He's leading
and,
that pack. That's Will
Thomas
Kimmel, that red car,
in the lead
lined
pack.
up right behind Gus Dean.
So Gus Dean
3
and
wide behind them. Sean
Robusto
Ford, that
fell
black
back.
and yellow, number 8, leading that pack.
And
This
so
is
now you
about
got a
from-
bit of a
from 11th
quagmire
through
from
your
about
20th
11th
or 25th.
to
This whole
wherever
this whole
AJ
cluster
Moyer
of cars.
is.
And at this point, with
So I think
you know,
first
probably
to
about
20,
10,
first to
12
25th.
laps left
11th to 25th.
in this segment, you know, these drivers are all vying for position.
Squirrel
you know,
is
they
still
need a
in
caution to
22nd.
obviously go contend for the lead.
He's
but
right behind
this is,
the first Bank
this
of
is a
Alabama
scramble for
car
sure.
of Ryan Vargas.
Lap number 17 of 76, our scheduled caution, where they can change tires and fill it with fuel, comes at or around lap number 38. It's Talladega, a little bit of rubbing. Out front, Ruggiero. It's been that way since the start.
So but everyone is all 40 cars is still running though. We are back. Wow, just in time to be back.
Lap 20 of 76 at Talladega. It's Ruggiero out front, followed by Jack Wood and Thomas Annunziata. As we
Lead
go.
pack is now 8 cars.
8 car with a number 30.
Daniel Dye and Jake Pullman have fallen off the lead draft.
Camera, and that would be our guy Cletus McFarland. A great race so far. He's running 6.
Con
Certainly nobody
Nicolopoulos
has
in
more
the
fun than
06
Cletus.
has also been
Definitely
lapped. So
not
now we
getting
have
cheated
34
out of
cars
life.
on the lead lap.
Can't beat it, and he's got a huge following, about 4.5 million.
He does it, you know, sometimes you have one thing on your bucket list, but he does it like 47 things that people have on their bucket list.
Good for the sport. All right, down to Josh with more.
Well, guys, I mean, we just saw that montage, and we see all the videos. We see Cletus having a ball, which you love to see. But I talked with the team this morning, and Mark Reck, the crew chief for this team, and he told me the thing people don't see is just how smart Cletus is and how good and talented he is behind the wheel. He said he can't do all the things that he's able to do, hop in all these different vehicles and have the success that he's having without the talent. He's learning quick. We saw how much he learned last year when he had that engine trouble, was still able to rally and come home with a top 10. He attributes a lot of that, of course, to the late, great Greg Biffle, of course, a guy he is honoring every time he is back out here on the track. Right now, in line, his spotter, that is Kevin Hamlin, said, hey, this is kind of the boring part of the race. We're running in line right now. Cletus said, yeah, I know, but we're in the spot we want to be. Let's keep doing what we're doing, and when it's time to race, we can race.
I love that. And Greg Biffle, obviously, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Nothing is boring. I mean, this was earlier today, and every time he passes a car, it's like a Super Bowl victory in that number 30 car, you can see.
I just love his enthusiasm, and we feel that when we talk to him.
I couldn't even fathom doing that 3 laps into the race.
Well, and you guys called the race at Kansas last week. He was running really well until they dropped an oil line late.
Without a doubt, yeah. He was making some moves, passing some really good cars. He is really gaining on it. And look, doing an awesome job here, staying up in that lead pack. Like you said, he was shooting.
His enthusiasm's infectious, but his car control is really impressive. I mean, stuff we saw from Kansas, and, you know, this isn't his first time anymore. I mean, I feel like I've commentated on a lot of these with Cletus, and, you know, he's got a lot of reps now at these ARCA Menards races.
And Jake Fincher,
you know,
starting
someone who's not having a lot of
draft.
fun is our man Daniel Dye. We were talking about how fast his car was. He and Jake Bowman were the last 2 to get in line in this single car pack, and they're not even close to the front 8 cars anymore. And that's why you see all these drivers in this single file line, because that is the danger of pulling out a line and not being in touch. And the tough part is this Gustine pack that's sitting in 11th. They're going to have a good chance of catching these cars.
They're not
way
even
slower,
facing.
Phil.
All right, down to Caitlin.
It's like
guys. Well, you're absolutely right, Austin.
Like,
he is frustrated right now for Daniel Dye. Listening
but
to the communication
it's like,
between
imagine,
him
it's like
and
driving
his
through
spotter,
a
Frank
corner
Denny.
diagonally.
He said, keep learning your air, and I'll help you get back up there. But he said, we need to communicate better to make
Michael
a better
Maples
plan
has
to
gone
work
a lap
with these
down,
other teams.
33
so that's
cars on the
currently
lead
what they're
lap.
talking about on that radio. Daniel Dye right now in the 10th position.
Yeah, Kayla, I think that's exactly right. We saw Daniel Dye, and I have no problem with it trying to make that move early, because he's going to be able to overcome that. But you have to have a plan. You have to have some help. You cannot do it alone here, especially when these cars are lined up at the bottom of the racetrack. He found that Jake Bowman was really at the tail end of that lead draft, and just the fact they just shook him off the back of the lead draft. So you need a little bit of help. You need a pusher behind you.
Yeah, Dye was 4th at Daytona, 2nd at Kansas. Just this week, signed a 4-race deal to drive that 78 car, starting here at Talladega in the Cup Series coming up on Sunday.
Could be our first.
Yeah, he's going to make his Cup debut here. I know I talked to him last week at Kansas before they announced that. He was really excited about that opportunity, and hopefully he can do well tomorrow.
We'll have to start from the pack in 40th. Austin, you're going to start 13th in the Cup race coming up on Sunday as the defending champ of this race.
They should give you a little better starting position since you're the defending champ, don't you think?
I'm not sure that's how that works, Phil.
Is it not?
Past success does not equal
lap
future
cars
success.
coming
so
up.
I'm excited to get going.
They're not lap cars.
I wish I
the 48 is the lap car. But now we're coming up on lead lap cars that are trying that are drafting together.
These are the types of things that can break up this lead 8 cars. Is having to weave in and out of cars. I actually think that's what happened to Daniel Dye. I mean, we saw him making moves, but he ended up getting stuck on the outside.
That last one might have shaken free the 89 in the
cycles
15.
to the back, and the back two cars just kind of got dropped.
Here they come
by these leaders as we're kind
all
of
right.
seeing them all blend into
the
this
Kumakoga
first
getting
group of
passed.
cars.
So 32 on the lead lap.
Passes the 18 of Ruggiero. He is led from the drop of the green
They're going to get the
flag
66 of
of
Derek White, 31.
Racing, followed by the 28 of Jack Wood and the 70 of Thomas Annunziata here at Talladega on FS1.
The 10 of Ed Pompa, that's 30. Then 4 more. The 75 of Brian Doza. The 01 of Cody Dennison. The 41 of Robbie Keneally. And the 1 of Andrew Patterson. That will leave 26 cars on the lead lap. And we'll see just how many cars are going to be... See how many cars are still in the lead pack. The 7 is running on his 7 of Eric Caudell is running all on his own. He should get lapped soon as well.
We get PCA and the Cubs against Shohei Ohtani and the reigning champion Dodgers. Cubs have won 10 straight, by the way. Or you get the Tigers Reds. Baseball night in America tonight, 7 Eastern only on Fox. The points leader after 3 races is Jake Bowman in the 20. He runs 9th.
Oh my!
So far
today, caution!
and
Allie Owens, the 793.
Here on lap number 30.
Allie Owens, it looks like the 93 car. I would think more than likely cut down a tire and got into the outside wall here.
This is at a point where there are only 6 cars in the lead pack.
3 top
Andrew
10s
Patterson
for
will
the
get the free pass.
37-year-old from South Daytona. Was running 25th.
You're about 29, 30 laps into the race, and to your point, Phil, that's the only thing I can figure. But you know, obviously, had several packs here that were doing a lot of racing or trying to keep pace. A lot of right front damage to that car.
Yeah, hopefully, Allie is okay.
Window net is not
see
down.
if we can take a look at what.
Middle of the trioval, right at the restart zone. Big hit to the right side of that car.
May very well have been some contact. I thought with a look where that car ended up. See, she's racing with 3 other cars there. More than likely, looks like the tires are up there.
Yeah,
to me.
The trial was a difficult spot. We talked about the banking here. The trial was a lot flatter and doesn't quite have that cornering load. So if there's anywhere where handling is a challenge at Talladega, it will be through that trial. Man, you see that big hit.
And it's a turn. That trial was a turn. People talk about it being a straightaway, but that is a corner. As you mentioned, not bank near as much as the corners here at Talladega. But that will open the window for these teams to come down pit road. We're not sure if ARCA will deem this as our schedule caution or not, but I think people will come down pit road since they should be in their window now to be able to make it to the end of the race on fuel.
All right, a little strategy coming up then. Making her second start of the year, Allie Owens.
Good to see Allie get out of that car. That was a pretty hard hit.
To your point, Phil, the scheduled caution is at the midpoint, lap 38, as she looks okay under her own power. Lap 38 of the 76, and we're at lap 31 with our first caution here.
Yeah, I think if this caution were to last 4 or 5 laps for the cleanup and to remove Allie's car, then the ARCA officials may deem this as the scheduled caution. Remember, non-competitive pit stops, whenever they come down pit road, they will go back on the racetrack and line up how they came on pit road as long as they don't make any mistakes, have any penalties, or lose a lap. We call these modified live pit stops. 4 crew members allowed over the wall. You can change 4 tires. You can add fuel. You just cannot do that simultaneously.
We were talking about before the break. I tell you who this really saved from losing a lot more positions was Bowman and Daniel Dye. You know, they were getting caught from that pack at a high rate. I mean, we were about 1 or 2 laps away from them getting consumed by that group. So
and there were 12 cars in that pack.
Yeah, that's almost. Yeah, I mean, you lose 12 spots in 1 lap is going to be difficult to recover from. So I think those guys got a real break from having this yellow earlier than the race break was going to be.
Yeah. All these teams now waiting to see when and if pit road opens, and it's going to open at some point here. Right now, it's still closed, but they're moving safety equipment past the entrance to pit road to attend to Allie's car and the cleanup.
What's the strategy here? What would you do, Phil?
I'd come down pit road, put 4 tires on it, fill it with fuel, and I'm done for the day.
Done. Take a look. Top of the screen here, the 93 of Allie Owens.
You see there's a bit of overlap from the car behind, and definitely some contact. And
yeah, I think without a doubt I'm sure there was some contact there. No malicious intent, but nonetheless some contact. Pit road is open. I think we'll see, if not everybody, the majority of the field on pit road here.
Gio Ruggiero in the number 18. JRG has led them all. Followed by Wood and Annunziata, Reimer. And Jason Kitzmiller in that 97 runs 5th after a 6th place finish last week. Start of the day, number 2 in points. And here they come.
Remember, non-competitive. Just do not make any mistakes.
All right. Caitlin down on pit road.
Yeah, so far so good for Gio. He is making 3 of his 6 starts, obviously, for Joe Gibbs Racing this year. Just checked in with his crew chief, Matt Ross. He said he's happy with the car. He had no critiques of the balance so far for the 18. That makes sense given his performance thus far. For the 28 of Jack Wood, who's on a little bit of a redemption tour after last week, saying on the radio, it's sketchy if I can't stay on the bottom in the draft. Josh?
Well, for Jason Kitzmiller in that 97 car so far, he's been saying that car is a bit tight, having trouble off of 4, especially. They're going to make some air pressure adjustments with those rear tires. He's also reporting some radio troubles as well. As far as the 70 of Thomas Annunziata, he's been relatively quiet over the radio. The team's been coaching him through wrapping the bottom, staying up with those top 3 cars. So far, it's going to be tires for him, fuel as well, but a strong run so far for the 70 out here, guys.
Josh, Caitlin, thank you. So the leaders came down pit road here a little bit earlier than the scheduled caution, which comes at or around lap 38. Working our first caution of the day here in the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200 at Talladega.
And that's some of the other racing. Brad Sweet won the World of Outlaws race yesterday at Knoxville. Was another one today. What else? Mark Marquez won the sprint race after wrecking. Went from wrecking out of the race to getting the lead back within 2 laps. Thanks to some, I guess, having a timing as wreck well, I guess. We had DTM today and Formula Regional European. The only reason I'm trying to watch or pay attention to Formula Regional European is that Sebastian Weldon, son of former IndyCar champion Dan Weldon, is racing in that series this year. Of course, Dan Weldon, 16-time winner, won the Indy 500 in 2005 and 2011, won the championship in 2005, tragically lost his life on lap 11 of the IndyCar race at Las Vegas. So, good to see his legacy living on. There's also his son, Oliver, who should be in USF 2000 this season. I know Kei Nakamura Berta won Kei Nakamura Berta won the first race of the day. They're racing at the Red Bull Ring along with DTM, the German touring car series. Rashid Al Dahiri won the second race. Weldon finished 20th in the second race, finishing 4th in the first one. And who won it with DTM? Thomas Preening in the Manti Porsche. They really should switch. I wish DTM still ran with their they used to have these specialized cars. They also lost Audi as a manufacturer.
Hashtag GT delivers. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Talladega Superspeedway race number 4 this season here in the ARCA Menards series. The Alabama Manufactured Housing 200. Speaking of Reese's sweet move of the race, and we talked about it earlier, nobody has more fun passing cars than Cletus McFarlane in the 30. Yeah. And on Monday at 3, you can see who's crowned the Reese's sweet move of the race.
I don't think I ever reacted like that, maybe to passing a car before, but I'm good with it.
You know,
to win a race.
Well, maybe to win a race. Yeah, probably did that. Yeah.
You know who has the sweet move of the race so far here in the booth? Austin pulling out the ham sandwich at the first caution.
What?
Well, it's lunchtime, right?
It is lunchtime, but what is it? Central time here, 2:22. I mean, on American time, Eastern time. I mean,
Central,
I'm late to lunch.
It's 12,
really.
20.
Yeah, it's ham and cheese or
ham, cheese, avocado, a little salami on there. I'd usually do a little hot sauce at the same time, but.
Did he offer you a bite, Phil? Because I didn't.
No.
Okay.
He brought
Phil
one.
and I are close. We're not that close.
he brought one sandwich. Right?
I offered you guys a drink of my energy drink.
We're not even going to try and break down what that is.
Yeah. 0-weight synthetic motor oil, I think is what that is.
Burn a hole in the floor if you drop it.
Exactly. Scheduled caution has moved to lap 40 because of this first caution here. Lap number 35, but everybody on the lead lap, the top 25, did come down pit road. So, as Phil mentioned, they are in the window here.
I think we might have had a couple cars stay out.
Yeah, with this track being as big as it is, it kind of takes everybody a long time to get reset, re-racked, and lined up in the correct position. So we're kind of, that's why I started my sandwich. Still waiting on the lineup here a little bit. And
according to timing and scoring, Ryan Huff, the 36 car, and Eric Caudell both stayed out. Again, some of these cars that are in front of them will be able to take the wave around, and the scheduled caution now is going to be on lap number 40, so that will put them back on the lead lap, these cars doing the wave around.
We will sort it out when we come back to Talladega, the start of a big weekend here in the heart of Alabama.
There's nothing like being in the driver's seat. Manufactured homes put homeownership within reach. Affordable, modern, and made for your journey. Proud sponsor of the ARCA Menards series. At Alabama Manufactured Housing Association, we help you find your lane. Where freedom meets affordability.
Steve. Shh, John, they say with Lavazza, you'll become a maestro.
Yeah, maestro of coffee.
So it has nothing to do with music.
It does not.
Just coffee.
Coffee.
Shall I go again?
Please don't.
Enjoy the pleasure of a masterfully crafted coffee and feel like an Italian barista at home.
Just don't do it.
Discover Lavazza blends now.
I need that one. That is my G flat.
What's up at DQ? Your choice of 2 sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. It's a full-on flavor adventure with honey barbecue or creamy parm garlic. Hurry in for the sauced and tossed options from DQ. DQ, happy tastes good.
Ready, Beth? Beth? When congestion stuffs you up and there's no time to waste, Afrin No Drip unblocks in seconds for instant relief. Wow. Afrin No Drip. The wow is real.
The littlest fighters deserve the biggest care. That's why Huggies designs their diapers with NICU nurses to provide gentle protection for the most delicate skin. Huggies, we're in this fight together.
Where'd you get these Skittles gummies, Fuego?
The Fuego.
Sweet.
Okay.
Fuego the rainbow. Taste the rainbow.
Brace yourself for the big one, folks. Coming up Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series takes on the biggest, fastest, meanest track on the circuit, Talladega. Pre-race coverage.
Look at that. Who's that? I feel like I've earned to be on this one. Come on.
Man, he looks good.
That's 2 weeks in a row that Austin made
crazy.
a promo.
That's crazy.
Pre-race coverage, 1:30 Eastern, with the green flag dropping at 3 only on Fox. A lot of sweet moves in the quarter midget race going on.
Nice move to the inside with the blue and silver car. Gonna take that lead.
Like number 8 with the pink sleeve. Oh, we got a corrector. Oh, he's got the hand up.
Looking at the NASCAR. That's right. The NASCAR Youth Series is racing.
45 right there, I think.
Do you learn that hand signal when you're 5 or 6 years old?
I guess so.
Coming green here.
Ryan Huff, that 36 car, did stay on the racetrack. He has not pitted yet. Again, we have the scheduled caution coming up in just a few laps, so he will be able to make his pit work then. But he's going to stay on the racetrack, and he's our leader here at Talladega.
Okay. So one of the lead lap cars stayed out, and it is Huff in the 36. Ruggiero has led them all to this point. The 18 starts on the outside of row 1 with Wood and Annunziata in row number 2.
Yeah, with the exception of 36, this is kind of the most formed up all of our best cars have been for today. So I would expect this to look quite a bit different from the race start.
Pace car pulls off here on lap 36.
Finally get to the restart.
Scheduled caution now comes at 40. Through the tri-oval.
There they come. Green, green, green. It'll be 4 laps before we hit the caution.
Talladega.
The 36 immediately getting passed.
I think looked like Jack Wood jumped out of line. Did he jump out of line before he got to the start-finish line?
Definitely before the start-finish line. So we're going to have to get a look at that. But you see Gio Ruggiero able to get a great launch, great push up.
Pull away right off the bat.
As we see the
Bobby Dale Earnhardt forced way outside. Is going to lose a lot of positions here.
More comfortable with the car, but also pretty desperate after that race got single foul so quickly.
Cars catching back up to Ruggiero. Pulls to the inside to block Jack Wood. Annunziata leading the outside lane.
Third in line on the inside, Taylor Ryman. We talked about her moments ago, or a little while ago, right behind her teammate, the 28 of Jack Wood. Still waiting for the ARC officials to let us know if that move was okay by Jack. Looks like Annunziata, the 70 is leading that outside line.
Wood pushing out Ruggiero a bit.
Tandem draft here with the 18 of Ruggiero and the 28 of Jack Wood.
The 28 and the 77 on board the Cletus. The 28 and 77 both out of line on that restart.
Will Kimmel up to 9th.
Yeah,
Steve Lewis back in the top 10, and Cletus up to 4th.
Gray area. You have to stay in line until you get to the start-finish line. Let's take a look at it.
No, that's definitely illegal.
You see, there's the 28 of Jack Wood.
Didn't want to get stuck behind the 36.
Her teammate, or his teammate Taylor Ron,
But
is going to do the same thing. Yeah, that's just a mistake that unfortunately they're going to have to pay for. It's going to cost them all the track position.
This is the 20 and the 77. Let's do a pass-through penalty. Here's the good news. There's only one more lap under green, and then we're going to have the halfway break, so you won't lose a lap.
Lose your track position. Just don't make it worse. Don't slide the tires where you guys will have to change again.
Don't look now, but look who.
Cletus up to second now.
You think Cletus is going to go for a race for the lead?
Cletus, his best finish, 9th at Charlotte. Last year, he was 10th here at Talladega last season. He's up into second behind Ruggiero.
How about Jake Finch? Now, remember, we showed Jake Finch leading that race at Daytona earlier this year on the last lap. He's lined up behind Cletus there, that white number 15 Phoenix construction car.
With that bottom lane losing those two cars going to go to pit road.
Could he lead a lap like Frankie Muniz did here? Because I think he led a lap.
These drivers are still a little skeptical.
He led 3 laps.
Outside lane's going to be strong or not. You know, you don't want to tank all the way to the back, but this field looks like there's a lot more energy right now. Jason Kitzmiller trying to work that side draft.
Daniel Dye now 4th in line on the inside. He overcame that loss of the draft early on.
All right, that's lap 40.
Flag. And Will Kimmel, how about we talked about the trials and tribulations of Will Kimmel. That's him 5th in line on the inside.
Speeding penalty for both the 28 and
oh, come on. They both sped?
Penalty, so, man, insult to injury for that race team.
Well, this outside lane just went from having a shot to losing about 10 spots. They weren't organized enough. They went 3 wide through the tri-oval, and it's going to take them a lot of time and a lot of good effort to get back up. You see a few cars already darting back down to the bottom, afraid of this bottom freight train.
Yeah, that's right. Now Kitzmiller screaming at his spotter, let me know when I'm clear or low. Let me know when I'm clear or low.
Oh, slow car on the bottom.
The
The 86 or the 03.
Racetrack over in turn 4. That looked like it might have been Monte Tipton in that 17 car.
There's another car hitting pit road. I think it was Michael Maples.
Scheduled caution at around 40. We are there.
That's 40.
Now on to lap number 41
Caution
of 76
for halfway.
here at Talladega with Ruggiero out front, followed by Cletus, then Finch, and our second caution flag waves here.
Obviously going to be a huge break for the 28 of Jack Wood.
Yeah, so the 28 and the 77 will get off free.
Here at Talladega Superspeedway with the 18 out front.
Sam is taking the Tide Boosted test.
Oh, yes, I am. Look what I made. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, looks like the whole buffet.
Wow, I don't pack her lunch, but I do always know what she had.
Those are some serious stains.
And this isn't gonna cut it.
Try Tide. It's boosted. The other stuff can't match Tide's Boosted Clean.
This is a game changer.
Looks like we passed.
Thanks, Mom. Try to keep it clean.
It's cleaner, whiter, brighter, and fresher. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Baseball has been America's favorite pastime for over 100 years. It's tradition, it's family, it's in this country's DNA. You know what else is part of the American story? Road trips and driving to catch a game. Just like out in the field where the unexpected happens, so do car breakdowns. That's why I have Car Shield, America's most trusted auto protection. Because when your car throws you a curveball, you better be prepared or you're the one paying out of...
All right.
Violation on the restart, and then of course after that the speeding penalty. So they start at the back when we do get back under green. In the meantime, down to pit road once again for Josh.
Well, how about Cletus McFarland up to P2 on the board when the caution came out? The team came over the radio, told him good job, and he simply said, doing it for the Biff, baby. He got back to focusing right after that and asked the team what the strategy should be for this restart. A big restart for him, starting up front to see how he handles this. They're waiting to hear back from the 18 as how they're going to handle it with Gio. In terms of the 15, though, of Jake Finch, during that first run, he was having trouble with that car. It kept washing up the track. They made some adjustments, so the car is much better, but still sketchy on the trioval. Remember, Jake is a guy who won here 2 years ago, leading every single lap of this race. Really wants to get back to victory lane, Caitlin.
Just behind Jake Finch is Daniel Dye. Had a chance to talk with him about making his return to the ARCA Menards series. He said, it's been a while since I felt like I was in really competitive equipment, so it's been fun for me to have that mindset that winning could be a very real possibility every time I get in the race car. But his team just telling him moments ago across the radio, you're back in the game here, just be smart here, guys.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good there for a moment, but +3 overall from 7th to 4th so far, so running in the top 5. Good start to the season, and again, his Cup debut comes here at Talladega tomorrow.
I still want to know how Cletus knew that he was on camera. It's not like there's an on-air red light in there. No, it must be a YouTuber thing. You just know when that thing's on.
Well, he's on all the time.
He's on all the time.
That's true. He's always there's always the red light on his life 24/7. How about those quarter midgets on the infield? The Superspeedway. Man, 3 wide.
Oh, finish him off.
Banging and bumping on FS1.
Holy smokes. You don't look so good, boss.
Tell me about it. It's a real inferno down here, and I'm burnt out.
Here, try a Red Bull. It's devilishly good.
Red Bull? Oh, that tastes heavenly. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Wings? Wings? I can't have wings. Not in my position.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Now's the time to update your furniture. Shop the latest Ashley furniture styles at affordable prices. Available at Menards. Transform your space into a comfortable living area today. Deck out your patio with the hottest finds in outdoor furniture, inside or out. Ashley Furniture has everything you need to complete your home's aesthetic. Browse a great selection of Ashley Furniture today at Menards or on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
You don't win Talladega. You survive it. Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on Fox.
The UFL is bringing you closer to the game than ever before.
Unprecedented access. The UFL gets the people going.
Fox UFL Friday, Houston, Columbus at 8 Eastern.
ECA and the Cubs.
Goodness, what a hit.
Shohei Ohtani and the reigning champion Dodgers. Baseball Night in America tonight on Fox. Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers. Jordan Walker and the Cardinals. Baseball Night in America next Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
Disco ball, goalkeeper, dodgeball. Unless somebody steps up, he's gonna have the territory freeze.
Someone has to stop this guy. It is game time.
The Floor, all new Wednesday on Fox.
It is Brendan Queen who will win the season opener at Daytona. Dominating the event, Brendan Queen wins at Kansas. Queen is going to grab win number 3 in 2025. He gets the job done at Michigan. B-Nation time tonight, boys. Queen takes the checkered flag for the 4th time this season on the Monster Mile. Brendan Butterbean Queen wins at Iowa Speedway. 6th win of the season. Brendan Butterbean Queen wins at DeCoin. The best of the best in ARCA competition have been able to win at Salem. Brendan Butterbean Queen is going to add his name to that list. 7th win of 2025. Longest highlight video of all time because all he did last year was win.
It was obnoxious, all those wins, wasn't it? It's a great win.
I don't think that'll ever get old. You know, it's been a while. I was joking. I haven't had a waffle in a while, so it was actually Kansas was last. So looking forward to doing that in a truck soon.
Yeah, he is Brendan Butterbean Queen points champion here last year, and of course always goes to the Waffle House to celebrate. You are full-time in the Truck Series, 7th at Daytona, top 10 at Bristol. How's it been so far?
Man, it's fun, you know, just to have a home and be a face of an OEM like Ram and just help build the program. You know, it's I've never been able to be a part of something like that, so I think it's special, and like I'm very thankful for it because it's you get to wake up and you'll be a NASCAR driver for a living. Like that's what we all dream of. So super cool.
What a daunting task, though, for you guys. 5 teams starting from scratch, full time.
It's tough, and like I tell everybody, like we started here, and it's just going to get better. It's going to take time, but super proud of everybody at the shop, at Colleague. I mean, to put one truck on the track is tough with a new OEM, and they're doing 5 a week, so it's a lot of work going on.
All right, so we talked about all the wins last year, and because of that, this is a really cool honor this weekend here at Talladega. ARCA Wall of Champions. That is where you are now at here on the infield here at Talladega Superspeedway. What an honor that is, huh?
It's insane, you know, when you think about the people that are on that wall and to know your face is going to be there forever. You know, as a kid, you dream of being in some type of Hall of Fame in a sport that you love, and I was joking with him, I hope that's the first of many. Hopefully we have a long career and can go in the big Hall of Fame one day, but that is still an honor at a place like Talladega, you know, for me and my family. And I told everybody that helped me along the way, Late Model Racing and Legend Cars, it's so many crew members that volunteered and gave up their weekends, and all the sponsors that helped me. It wasn't just me, so that's for everybody.
Man, the ARCA series did so much for you. You did so much for this series. What makes the ARCA Menards series special and important for the maturation of all the drivers trying to make it as a star in this sport?
I'll tell you, I mean, really for me, that's where the Butterbean became a nationwide name, you know? Like, people knew me more than just at short tracks, and I got the mile-and-a-half experiences and got to race at places that the Cup guys were at. So learned so much to get me prepared for what I'm doing now.
You mind hanging with us for a few minutes and calling some racing?
Absolutely.
Brendan Butterbean Queen, defending champ. here in the ARCA Menards Series and now full-time in the Truck Series. Currently 14th in points with a couple of top 10s.
All right, pulling off. We're going to have 30 laps to go.
Of the day with 31 to go, and when they come to the line, it'll be 30.
Green once more. Here we go at Talladega.
Here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Cletus leading the restart. Well, on the outside at least.
He's on the bottom of row 1 and looking to nose out in front.
Oh, slamming right into Gio Ruggiero. But the outside lane is disintegrated.
I'd like to think it was my advice in the media center yesterday with him. I told him he had to get to the end and have friends here, and I mean he's got the ball.
Someone trying to make a third lane. I see Sean Corr.
So that's Cletus for you. I love it.
Cletus trying to lead here. Door to door with the 18 on lap 47. He
falls back as Ruggiero clears. Jake Finch trying to get to his inside.
On that top line at the moment.
He did a good job to grab that side draft because this bottom lane is definitely a bit more organized. Because we head into the tri-oval, Daniel Dye's recovered to the front. I think he's got a really good pusher behind him. To
outside
get
lane is reformed.
Leads his first lap here.
A little stack up in there, the back of it.
He's got a good pusher behind him too in that 15 of Jake Finch. Jake actually 2 years ago led every single lap to win this race.
I know what, that was a horrible race.
Close to the front of the field that we've seen Jake Finch today.
No one even tried for that
we
race.
Talked about some of his up and downs and some issues, engine issues in the first part of this race, but here he is as things start to get interesting in the final 30 laps, running third in that 15 car.
Yeah, Cletus is doing a nice job hanging in there with a side draft. A nice
trying to get a big push from Daniel Dye. Big push to the lead. Cletus McFarland.
Cletus McFarland in front here.
Can he get down behind the ahead of the 18? He is. He's way out there though. The other cars might get a run on him. But here they come around the tri-oval for the first time. Cletus McFarland leads a lap in his ARCA career. 28 to go.
And Cletus McFarland, his first career lap led.
That's
got to be a win in itself, though, even if it's a Talladega.
Quite amazing. Quite amazing what he's.
With how hard it is to pass here, that might be.
With hardly any experience in these type of vehicles.
That's impressive. He got the lead on the outside. I mean, it's hard.
It's hard to pass on the outside. No one's been able to do it all day. At least some for the. No one's been able to pass the leader. Yeah, that's the first lead change, and it was for freaking Cletus. Squirrel McNutt is in 21st. Will Kimmel on the inside of Daniel Dye trying to get to 4th.
Had to buy a new one. Here he is running in 4th in that 69.
Yeah, doing an amazing job. His and his dad, his entire crew did a nice job getting that car put back together.
You better hope no one tries to help the 18 now for the rest of the race.
Care Center, and fortunately, Will got back over to the race car and obviously put this thing back together, doing an awesome job.
2 laps led for Cletus McFarland in the 30.
It's crazy how much that outside lane's kind of dissipated as Cletus got the lead, pulled down, strung the bottom along, and Daniel Dye hasn't been able to get much of a push or help from behind, and all these drivers are starting to get really worried that we're going to see that freight train on the bottom again. As you see everybody's back down.
Here it comes.
Who's the guy leading the thing? Cletus.
Red Jones racing in the 4th.
Oh, we got a slow car way in the back. It looked like AJ Moyer drifting up.
To this point, it's been maybe more fun than being a guy that's going to contend for wins, but right now he is very much in contention at the point on lap 50 with 27 to go.
I bet you Cletus is not quiet in that car right now. He's probably
better not freak out and do something. Caution. Yep.
Yeah, debris in turn 3 brings out our 3rd caution here on lap 51.
Yeah, this is going to be a break for Jack Wood and Taylor Reimer. Right now, they're both still outside the top 15. Made a penalty on a restart. Got out of line. Got a penalty.
Oh, is that what
I
missed it coming up here? So I wasn't sure.
See, I spotted the car that was having the problem. AJ Moyer. It's that SpongeBob-looking car.
Bunch the fields back up.
Yeah, Jack's got my spotter, obviously Derek Nealon, and I'm sure it's going to be fun to watch if they can get some runs. Derek does such a good job, up top on these restricted plate races.
3rd caution here in the Alabama Manufactured Housing 200 at Talladega. Got a developing story for his 4.5 million followers and all of our stock car racing fans.
Cletus McFarland is out front.
Easy, big fella. Mom's boob is hurting just about as much as your little trip down the birth canal.
What the fuck am I listening to? Well, first time I ever heard the word boob in a commercial. Cletus, he's leading.
Hey, Cletus, this is the Bean in the booth, bud. You got me, Bald Eagle?
God.
I got you, Butterbean.
What'd I tell you yesterday in that media center, boy?
You said driver to the front, buddy.
I like it. You didn't even take no crud off the 18, little door slap, baby. You got the side skirts flared like my mullet. And
God.
I'm scared to be on the boulevard if you win this thing, boy.
Brother, I'm winning this thing. I'm winning this race. Mark my words, I am winning this race. For Biff.
Do it for Biff, baby. We're going to see you try to manage these lanes here. You got any friends that are going to stay with you, or you feel like you know what to do here?
Brother, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. But I'm going to floor it, win this drag race, and hopefully ride it out.
Well, I'll leave you with this, bud. Just don't let them pass you. Whatever you got to do, bud. Make that back bumper wide, listen to your spotter, and if Cletus gets this done, it's going to be a party, bud.
Everybody coming to 1 to go. We'll take the bottom here.
Yep, there it is.
He's locked in.
We're locked
He's locked in.
That was one of the greatest radio interviews I've ever been a witness to.
I'm trying to get a backup job, you know.
There was a lot of lingo there that I would not have been able to produce. So I appreciate your presence here, man.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things I've done. So never thought I'd be dialing him up, but.
Well, tell us what's going through his mind right now, because you're fairly new to this. Obviously, have the success that we saw, but like racing super speedways, getting the lead for the first time, the job is completely different. What goes through your mind if it's your first time?
Well, on this deal here, obviously you got to get a clean restart, but you also don't want to get too far out. So you got to make sure you stay, kind of linked up with whoever your pusher is. Important choice. He took the bottom. I mean, in the ARCA, I think that's the smartest choice. The yellow line is your friend. Spotter is your friend. The biggest thing, like when I got the lead at Daytona, was not to get too far out and let them build a run, especially like you got OEMs working together. But for me, I got the lead and couldn't slow down. I did not expect that all day. I couldn't push through the bubble. Got the lead, and it was like Derek, I remember yelling at me, like, slow down, like, I am on the brakes, bud.
So what you're saying is telling Cletus to lift is going to be one of the difficult things.
I wish. I'm too old.
Drag some brake, baby. I mean, he just has to be disciplined here.
Maybe
you don't want to
life.
get baited into making a move. You don't need to. You have control of the race. I feel like the runs in ARCA are a little different than trucks and stuff. So I think that's why I said earlier, I'd want to be leading over having to have somebody go with me because the runs aren't the same.
All right, let's check in with Caitlin.
Well, we heard Phil talking about the fact that Jake Bowman's one of the only driver who's finished in the top 10 in every race so far this
Bobby
year.
Dale
And it looks like
Earnhardt,
he could be
he's
poised
still there
to
in
do that
7th.
once again.
Sean
Talked with his
Core
crew chief,
is in 9th.
Doug George, about
Was that
Jake's
Jack Wood
performance so far. He told me he's incredibly
10th?
mature for just being 19 years old. He knows where he needs to be as far as taking risks, especially at a place like this. But he said, even for me as crew chief, I'm still learning these cars every day. It's very different from the Craftsman Truck Series where he spent
Bobby
the
Dale's in
primary
8th,
portion
Sean
of his
Core is in
career.
10th.
But looking good right now for that 20 and 5th, guys.
Yeah, leading in points, 2nd at Daytona, 6th at Phoenix, and 3rd at Kansas last week.
Jake is 19 as of Wednesday. He turned 19 years old on Wednesday.
This is the first time we haven't had Gio lead one of these restarts too. You know how aggressive he is, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he's able to manage this restart with Will Kimmel behind him.
22 to go when they come to the line. Cletus McFarland.
All right, here we go.
He's out front.
First restart with Cletus controlling it. Here we go. We're green again at
Experience with the side drafts.
Here we go. We're green again at Talladega.
In the air at Talladega.
He didn't even lead the
Good restart on the outside.
Ruggiero got a better jump.
You know, Gio won the truck race here last year, so he knows how to get to victory lane here at this racetrack. He's got slight edge right now. Good push by Will
Kimmel giving him a big-ass push. I'm talking about Ruggiero getting the big-ass push. Jake Finch doing the same for Cletus. Side by side on the backstretch. Kimmel still pushing Ruggiero.
Still attached with Will Kimmel pushing that 18 car back out to the lead. And there's going to be a huge run from these lead cars. You see Cletus
Ruggiero
get that side
takes
draft.
the
It's
lead.
going to be super important. But what's even more important for Gio is to get control of this race. But as you talked about, Brendan, this lead is massive from that side draft. What's he going to do when the pack gets to him?
Man, so I was in that same situation at Daytona, and luckily when they got to me, the run kind of stalled out. But
there he
Cletus
goes.
is not
Let anyone
gonna
go
wait.
with him.
Here he goes.
Oh!
The side draft gets the block. It's going to be a drag race to the line to see
Oh, is he going to get him? Is he going to get him? Cletus takes back the lead. Nice.
What a great move by Cletus to retain the lead.
Held it on the outside, had the momentum to draft pass, and pulls back down in front of the 18.
Had a nice push by the 15 of Jake Finch to get him out front. Jake needs a little bit of help out there on that outside line. You see him losing some ground.
Oh, big, almost a big save by Will Kimmel.
We've already got 5 cars clear on the bottom lane. So at this point, if you're Gio, do you want to go for a race-leading move, or we still got 21 laps to go?
Is that Hogberg in the 11 in
he's going to make?
Damn,
that's what we're
outside
watching
lane
as we see
deteriorating.
still continue to clear
And
more
Tom,
cars.
and now we have Andy Jankowiak up in the top 5.
I don't think I necessarily have to have that lead.
All right, 6-car breakaway at the front.
The thing that I look at when I watch it is, so Cletus doesn't really
20 to
have
go.
numbers up there. You've got the 18, obviously a Toyota, and then you got the Nitro cars. So if you're the 18, does Nitro go with you? I don't know, but I think you want to have your teammates there.
I don't think the Nitro as Toyota looks at the 18 as a teammate.
I don't think so either.
You probably have more experience than we do from watching.
The 18 tended to work with us a lot more than them, so I don't know.
Bowman is pushing the 18 a fair amount.
At the moment, he runs second right here.
Bryce Hogberg's now up to 7th.
The points leader.
He got past Jake Finch.
He's 3rd, and Nunziata 4th, and Dean
Brian
6th,
Vargas
and
in the 91, one of the 2 full-time drivers for Maples Motorsports. He's now up to,
Austin,
he's in the top 10 now, after lagging in the back for most of the race.
Well, it's crazy because you spend so much more time looking out the back of the car than you do at the front. It's crazy to think. It's like you're on a drive home and you don't realize that you just drove 10 miles.
Steve Lewis Jr. unfortunately back in 32nd.
No idea
a shame after such a
what's
great
actually
run
happening
earlier in the
front of you,
race
because
where he
you're
was
listening
running
to that
top
spotter, trying to
15 for
process
the
that
first
information,
half.
what to do with it. Even when it's seemingly calm in these
Oh!
moments, as you see a little puff of smoke back
I think
there.
it was a red
Seemingly
car
calm in these
stuck in the
moments
middle now.
inside
The
driver's
Will
mind
Kimmel
is anything
is where
but.
that puff came from.
They're so organized now on the bottom.
Cars
it's really hard for
front.
anybody.
Oh, there goes Derek Cardell. Can he save it? Oh, no, we got another. Oh, damn. A car slammed into him. The 75 of Brian Doza and another caution.
75 of Brian Doza.
I don't think you could see in the smoke is what happened.
Damn.
Absolutely. Now, I probably wasn't expecting that 7 to come straight back up the track.
Wow. So Cardell and Doza will bring out caution number 4 here on lap 58.
Hard hit there.
Look at the back of that
The
thing.
66 car.
Quarter panel's deleted.
Wow.
Brian Doza is
All happens that
66
fast.
years old, by the way.
I tell you what, you don't realize you're going that fast.
Cardell's
until
no
you gotta
spring
stop.
chicken
It
either.
doesn't
He's
stop.
59.
I'll
Oh.
tell you this: the first time I went to Daytona, and that's what I tell everybody is,
Is that the
you
oldest
didn't
wreck in
realize
ARCA
the
history?
sensation of speed until you were on pit road and had to turn to go in the garage, and you're like, I'm still running like 60 miles an hour here. Like,
I'm not sure I can make this turn.
See this 7 car right there, going into
He
turn
came
3.
up on Bobby Dale Earnhardt
Side-by-side contact
and lost
with,
it.
with the 89 of Bobby Dale,
And he just turned back down away to get away from the 89 and lost the back end. And then, as you mentioned, there's smoke there. Brian Doza came along and just couldn't see.
did he like lock it up? You think? And that's why you.
Looks like he's already locked the rears here. Yeah, Brendan, I think you're right. He's
that
already
thing
sideways.
whipped around like that. Oh.
Squirrel,
That's
I
a
think
huge impact.
20th now.
That car crushed like that, but I think the 75 was easily trying to go to the high side because there was room for a car and a half up there. But to your point, I think he just stomped on the brakes,
Stabbed it,
and got the wheel hop going and locked the rears.
Walk us through that, Austin. I always feel like, and I learned a long time ago, like when there's a wreck, easier said than done, but like the best method I've found.
Man, oh my God.
It's crazy, but
that
in
car
general,
went
like you
sli-
got to get off the
went
brake
up like
to
a dump
turn.
truck.
It's not going to turn while you're.
Or wait, dump trucks
on
go
it.
the opposite direction.
I've
that
always
car,
felt that
the
there
back
are 2 race
came
car
up.
drivers in the world. There's drivers that hit the brakes for wrecks, and there's drivers that stand on the gas. And I have missed wrecks from standing on the gas. I've hit wrecks really hard from standing on the gas. So
yeah.
there's
Cardell's
sounds like
moving
you
in
and I
the
are about
car.
the same. But yeah, no fault to the 75 there. Just kind of an unfortunate situation with the 7 coming back up on the track, and this awkward contact into turn 3 was what sent him around.
You also have to bear in mind, too, if you slam on the brakes, you're liable to get run into from behind as well. So, because they're not going to see it quite as quickly as you do.
Cardell was running 13th at the time. Doza was running 20th. Doza gets collected into the 7,
Oh,
spinning
my
back
God.
up the track, and he gets smoked here in Talladega.
From sauce
He's in 20th. I said that before.
Obviously, being able to celebrate with the fans here is a lot of fun.
Here it is, you and Josh Sims. I mean, that's pretty high praise to be able to sit down with him, huh, Austin?
Josh is always a good time.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to that coming up on race day, 1:30 Eastern, with the start of that on Fox coming up tomorrow. As for our ARCA race here to kick off the weekend, a couple of cars on the hook after our fourth caution was brought out by...
Not sure where you even hooked that up to anymore.
Yeah.
They had to get the A post involved.
It's a little cattywampus there, isn't it?
The fuel cell is in the back of the seat.
Eric Caudell in the 7. Doza collected as well. Next 3 races here in the ARCA Menards
Watkins Glen,
series.
Toledo.
Race number 5 of 20 comes up in
And
2 weeks, Friday, May 8th.
remember.
Little matinee at Watkins Glen.
Yeah, it's going to be great. What a great racetrack. What a great area up there in the Finger Lakes region of New York.
Following weekend, it's a Saturday night race in prime time at Toledo. Used to be where we would have the championship race.
Home game for the ARCA Menards series.
And then Michigan, June 5th, 5 Eastern on FS2. Henry Ford Health 200 for that one.
Oh, a good variety there.
Absolutely. And that's what we love about this series. Talked about the 20-race schedule. And early on in the season, it's every couple of weeks, and it really starts to pick up as we get into the summer. And you know that all too well. It becomes week by week, maybe getting a week off here and there.
Yeah, it's always nice to get in that. You know, when you race week to week, you get in a rhythm. It's hard with the off weeks to really keep that going.
Hard like that contact right there, Butterbean.
Right. I'm glad I wasn't in that.
Yeah.
Doza got up in the smoke, and
I'm sure that felt great.
There's Caudell waving to the crowd. Good to see him get out of that car.
Caudell was having a nice race, running 13th in that 7 car, and the Doza nowhere to go. As you talked about, Butterbean, just with the smoke, couldn't see anything, couldn't see that 7 coming back up the track.
Austin said it best. It happens fast.
He's in 18th now. Okay.
We're also fast. We only have 15 laps left in this race.
Such a fine line, Austin. I know it's a cliche, but since you did win it here last year, such a fine line between getting wrecked and finishing in 35th place or winning the dang thing.
Well, other than winning the race here last April, I can't tell you the last Superspeedway race that I finished, period. Or like without massive damage or many, many laps down. It was probably the 2025 Daytona 500.
This place hasn't been, I've raced here twice and it has not been kind to me. I ran to O'Reilly's race and got in that wreck on like lap 11, and I wrecked an ARCA race last year too, so.
Yeah, it's as a driver, you walk into here and in Daytona, I mean, you know what you're up against as far as the survival of the race and what it's going to take, but you ask for the opportunity to get out of the front like we see Cletus, and you have to be prepared to do what it takes to hold on to that lead, win the race, and you know a lot of that is due to impatience or bad decision making, or just I don't want to say bad luck, but you know the type of racing that this is as close as you're running, sometimes those things just happen.
We've talked about Jake Finch winning this race 2 years ago. Right now, just outside the top 10. More on him. Here's Josh.
Well, you guys are talking about decision making, and we saw Jake Finch was 4th during that last restart, and he's all the way back in 12th right now. And during that caution, his spotter, Tyler Mon, came over the radio and talked to him, was asking him about getting off the bottom line during that last run. He had all the teammates lined up. They were making a push. He tried to make a move, and it ended up with him being shuffled back. So he said, just bank that, learn from that experience. Now we got to be calculated. Now we got to be smart with the moves we make the rest of the way with 15 laps to go. But you guys could speak to how fast things happen and how important it is when you have that line to stay in line with your teammates, even when you want to be a little bit more aggressive, right, guys?
Yeah, when you have those moments to sit under caution and review and talk about those things, that happens so often between driver, spotter, and crew chief at this type of racetrack. It happens so many times, whether if it's things you reviewed or things you want to be on the same page with. I think that's great information from driver to spotter to, hey, we missed this, but next time it happens, we know how we're going to respond and how we're going to react and be on the same page about it.
I think this restart is going to be important. That's what I think.
I completely agree. I mean, I think we've seen it enough times now today that bottom lane does start to break away. The outside lane is very vulnerable. It's kind of peaky. And I think it's going to be important to get the launches right. But at the same time, Cleese took the lead from the outside. So it is possible. And I think it's going to take a good combination of cars to make it work.
Yeah, he had a lot of help to take that lead from the outside from Jake Finch. But unfortunately, it cost Jake Finch now, as we just talked about, outside the top 10.
Both times that 30 car has gone to the lead, he has done it from the outside. Working caution number 4. Got everything going on in the infield, a little baseball as well here at Talladega.
Known for creating memories, no one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is an immunotherapy known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 18 types of cancer. One of those cancers is a kind of bladder and urinary tract cancer called locally advanced or metastatic urothelial cancer. Keytruda may be used with the medicine enfortumab vedotin in adults when your bladder or urinary tract cancer has spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, such as Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, lupus, or myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, an organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you. It's true, Keytruda.
I'm Keegan-Michael Key, and Ore-Ida invented tater tots. We're the original. Anyone else is just an imitator. Ahoy! I'm Keegan 7Cs, and these be Spud Nuggets. Salty, like the ocean. Oh, well, Ore-Ida tater tots are perfectly seasoned. Behold! Value taters. Who's this? I'm Preaching Michael Key, here to spread the good news. I'm gonna go with the Ore-Ida, crispy on the outside. Keegan-Cycle Key here for Mega Tots. Lock in! Okay. Permission to come aboard. Ore-Ida, there's only one original.
This isn't just a motorcycle. It's an engineering miracle. A time machine.
It's a good friend. It's all your friends.
It's your inner child. And it's all the stars in the sky.
It's a highway to your final form.
And as America's #1 motorcycle insurer, Progressive protects whatever it means to you.
Wait, are you talking to me? Sorry, I can't hear anything with this thing on.
This isn't just
No, I thought.
Oh, that's you, sorry.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains with sale prices starting at $30.89, April 24th through the 27th. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
That is Talladega in a nutshell. ARCA Menards Series race number 4 here in 2026. We've talked to Cletus. He's at the front. His good buddy is Squirrel McNutt.
Speaking of nuts, let's see if we can talk to the squirrel. Hey, Squirrel McNutt, Phil Parsons and the boys in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Rubber Ducky.
Man, you've been doing a great job here, running up in the top 20 here. First time at Talladega, did an awesome job at Kansas last week. Hey, by the way, you know your wingman's up there leading, don't you?
I see my teammate up there leading the race. He's just got his wings tucked like a bald eagle. He's soaring through there, just shaking and baking.
I think he's waiting for you to get up there and help him.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do, brother. We almost had it for a second, got sucked back a little bit, but we'll see what we come up with.
All right, buddy, doing a great job. Finish it off.
And four.
Great interview, Rubber Ducky.
Yeah, man. We got Rubber Ducky, Squirrel, Cletus, and Butterbean.
There's a lot going on. See, I feel like, honestly, you're on the ARCA Wall of Champions. I mean, Squirrel McNutt's not on the ARCA Wall of Champions. We got Squirrel McNutt on the screen. I feel like we can make a petition to get Butterbean on that race car.
I think it should be in there somewhere on it. You know, I told y'all how we had Butterbean on the back of a truck a couple years ago, and they told us to take it off. So we tried.
Need a politic for that a bit.
Yeah, NASCAR, help me out. Bean Nation will approve of it.
Priorities.
Oh, yeah. Bean Nation, love it.
All right, 1 to go for this restart. You guys talk about how important this restart is. Remaining in control of the race is so critical here. We're going to be just outside 10 laps to go when we get this restart.
Going to be a shootout at Talladega. Can't ask for more. You talked about Squirrel just inside the top 20. He was 12th at Kansas last week. You talk about Cletus here at the front. His best finish was 9th at Charlotte last year. Top 10 at this race, 10th last year. And now he is gunning for his first win against a man in that 18 car that is 2 for 2 so far this season. Winning at at Daytona and then winning at Kansas as well.
Nitro teammates, both in row number 2. Annunziata in that 70 and Bowman in the 20.
I feel like that's the furthest forward we've seen Gus Dean.
I really like that outside line.
Yeah, it's the best and most organized group of experienced drivers I think there's been up there.
You talked? Yeah.
You got Daniel Dye. You know, we know he was a good pusher earlier on, and you got the Nitro cars all lined up. I think if they can just stay connected and not get too far out like we talked, I mean, that looks like an organized line to me.
Glad you mentioned Dean. He started 15th. He was concerned about some of the younger drivers.
Gonna restart with 11 to go after a lengthy caution.
Very patient. He won in Talladega in 2016. He won at Daytona 2 years ago. And he's running 6th here for the restart.
See Isabella Robusto right behind that red car of Daniel Dye. That's the first time Isabella, I think, has been up in the top 10. Remember, finished 3rd here last year. Best female finish ever at this racetrack in the ARCA series.
She just had a rough start to the year. A 37th, a 21st, and a 22nd. Phil, you mentioned not of her doing for the most part with those results, but here she is in the top 10 in that 55.
Remember, no restart zone here in the ARCA Menards series, just a restart line. The start of the restart zone is their restart line. Gio has to be careful and let the 30 of Cletus launch first.
I think he just has to hit the line first, right? And then after that, it's
here
fair
they
game.
come.
Yeah, that's how it was last year.
Yeah, if Cletus doesn't go, then you can go.
To the restart
Cletus,
line.
The control car, green flag.
We're green again at Talladega.
11-lap shootout at Talladega. Good restart again on the outside from Ruggiero in the 18. Cletus holding
Bowman
his
trying to
own
hold
on the
with
a good
Cletus.
push from Jake Bowman.
That outside lane is super
Annunziata
organized right
pushing
now, super tight.
Ruggiero.
See everybody trying to get organized off a turn.
Go down the back stretch.
Run down the back, both the bottom and the top are in a tandem draft. As
Here comes the
away,
push from Bowman.
Good push here from
Can
Jake
he
Bowman to try
give
and
him
hold
enough
the lead.
to get him past Ruggiero?
When they
Yes,
got
sirree.
disconnected there,
And Ruggiero stuck on the outside. Will he be able to pull down?
Cletus, it worked out here for Cletus, so hopefully he can manage.
Annunziata moved down to get to second, third to go to the speedy dry.
Bottom, almost 3, and Bowman's got a lot of teammates in that outside as well, and see him fade up to the top of the racetrack. And Cletus is starting to look in that mirror, as you see.
Ruggiero trying to come back on the high side. They're going to have a good run through.
Drivers are going to start getting aggressive inside 10 to go.
Yeah,
Gustine with a big push to Ruggiero, and he'll take the lead.
With a big push on the 18 of Gio.
Gus Dean in the 25.
Big push again from Bowman to get Cletus back by Ruggiero. It's like dueling nitro cars. Gustino abandons Ruggiero.
Thinking about leaving that 18 out to dry. That's a huge move for Gustine to try and make it forward. Gio doesn't like it. Gets a side draft. It's going to.
Annunziata's also in the low lane.
Have a big gap to the car behind him.
I think I like that if I'm Gustine to try to shuck that 18 out of this draft. We know how strong that car is. He has a teammate right in front of him and a teammate right behind him.
And Bowman pulls to the outside ahead of Ruggiero. Ruggiero going to be back to 4th or 5th.
I figured he was going to wait for Gus being teammates there. So that was I think he felt like having Daniel and Gio up there pushing.
Coming out at 9 to go.
But I thought Gus was going to be a really good pusher for him.
To your point, Brandon, some great cars.
Oh, God.
Outside road, so I don't think
Here comes the outside. That's Bowman.
We've already seen it die.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. Big run. Ruggiero pushing the 20.
Bowman going to the lead to the outside with a great push from Gio.
It'll also help the 18 perhaps get clear of Cletus, which will help put him back in position to win. Oh, there goes Bowman. Spins around. We stay green.
And that's what happens, Austin. The pushes get
Ruggiero
turns into a bad harder. Fast. We're still green right now, though.
Stay green here at Talladega. 9 to go. Cletus out front.
Cletus to the inside of Ruggiero. Come on.
I don't have a joystick up here, you know. So.
This is really
Annunziata abandons Cletus.
Go with Gio. Leave Cletus out. Cletus is going to have
Cletus on a side draft. Oh, they touch.
It's hard to get a push through here.
That's one way to side draft, I think.
Annunziata pushes Ruggiero back to the lead.
Huge push from Annunziata. I think it's both of them clear. Gustine as well with momentum as this pack turn gets reorganized after we had a spin off a 2 last lap.
Annunziata finished second in his ARCA debut at Daytona a couple years ago, so he knows how to get it done on these type of racetracks.
Robusto the first time.
Andy Jankowiak now 4th in the inside lane. The outside lane is filling up with nitro cars. Ow! Wait, where did he come from? Squirrel's in 9th, or was, but now he's caught in the middle. Or no, he's going to be watching back on the outside lane.
The outside of Gio. Gio didn't throw the block on him, kind of just let it happen naturally. It'd be interesting to see if that was a good move or not, as we got a tight group of cars in both lanes.
Coming to 7 to go.
Ruggiero in the 18, Annunziata in the 70.
These pushes are still getting aggressive, pushing in the tribal.
3 nitro cars on the outside. Daniel Dye. Oh! Now they're splitting in the 3 lanes.
The very top of the show, how a push goes bad.
There goes Annunziata to the lead, pushed by Gustine.
We're getting in that time with only 7 laps to go.
And now it's Annunziata in the 70 at the point.
We're getting. Where is this earlier in the race? Come on, this is good stuff. 3 wide for second. Robusto getting pushed by Will Kimmel. Will Kimmel is back in action up in the top 5.
This is crazy racing right now.
Pay window opening.
Oh, there goes Annunziata. He hits Ruggiero. Oh!
I think Will Kimmel.
Oh, Annunziata, Squirrel McNunn, Andrew Patterson, Bryce Hogberg, a massive wreck. Is that Cletus? No, it's not Cletus.
With 7 to go, a big one here at Talladega.
Annunziata goes from
I think it was Cletus.
To getting wrecked.
No, it's not Cletus.
Ton of good fast race cars crash off of turn 4 there.
Yeah, that's the 70.
Richmond,
Tim Richmond in the 27 also involved.
Richmond, Squirrel, Annunziata.
We just had talked about the fact that
Bobby Dale Earnhardt with damage.
The later we go, Bobby Earnhardt had
Patterson,
such a good run, running in the top 10 early on.
Hogberg.
Bryce Hogberg also involved. Ryan Huff. There's
Huff.
The one of Andrew Patterson.
Did the 18 get a part of that?
He was hit by the 70, although I don't know how much damage he has.
Officially 6 to go.
Ron Vandermeer.
Replay here shortly.
5th caution and our biggest moment of the race right here.
But I think Robusto's the leader with Kimmel and Robusto.
Will Kimmel gets hung in behind the 70 of Bowman. There may be some contact right here. I thought this is where it started.
Oh yeah, clipped by.
Yeah, just a bad push in the center of the corner there. I'm not sure.
He's got damage, but Gio has damage. Oh, Kimmel in it
too. A lot of smoke, a lot of nowhere to go, and a lot of contact for a lot of cars.
Did Daniel Dye? You see bottom of the screen. Did he get by that without any damage?
I think he did.
If he had any, it wasn't much.
Might have been on the left rear quarter panel, just a little bit. I couldn't
see. The middle opened up for just a second. And then Will Kimmel was there, and he made contact with the 70 of Bowman.
Who's left?
And you can see there nothing but smoke on the racetrack.
You're right. Ruggiero might have gotten a little bit of a piece of that in the 18.
Yeah, you look at his front fender.
Yeah.
Down here.
A lot of damage to
A lot
the
of damage.
That's a good amount.
Cletus is still alive.
The performance of that car.
But if it's still driving straight, I don't think I'm pitting.
Absolutely not with this few laps left. I think Cletus might have gotten out of here.
Cletus
okay
has
as
no
well.
damage.
See, there's Cletus right there, bottom
There's
of your
Squirrel.
screen getting by. Daniel Dye does have some damage. You see Ryan Huff into the back of Daniel Dye.
Yeah, I would say there's only a few cars that don't have damage. 71
This-
of Jankowiak getting through there. Big damage for the 11 on that impact.
Yeah, Hageberg, yeah.
That North Dakota State car. Robusto might have been the biggest winner
Isabella Robusto.
of all this. She has scored as the leader at the moment here in the ARCA Menards series. Cletus McFarland. He's still feeling okay after the big one at Talladega. In car with the 30 of Cletus.
My car's been with me a long time, and just like me, she keeps getting better.
Well, Cletus is still alive. He's in 6th, according to the leaderboard now. Let's see. Isabella Robusto is in the lead. Gio Ruggiero is 2nd, although he has clear damage. His right front is caved in. Gustine's in 3rd. Andy Jankowiak's in 4th. Cletus McFarland is in 5th. I'm sorry, he's in 5th. Daniel Dye is 6th. Ryan, though he has damage. Ryan Vargas is 7th. Will Kimmel is 8th, though he was damaged. 9th is Jake Finch. 10th is Sean Corr. If you go back of that to the next 2 cars that don't have damage, Taylor Reimer 11th and Ed Pompa in 12th. But a lot of cars got whacked in that one.
I'd call this just a racing incident. Maybe not even a bad judgment. Just difficult spot to be put in as a leader getting pushed.
And you mentioned Gus, I think, was against the rear bumper of Cletus, too. So, but after all of this, our leader is that 55 of Isabella Robusto. A chance to maybe make history here and become the first female ever to win in the ARCA Menards series.
That's exactly right. 3rd on this track here last year. And Josh is standing by with the crew chief.
Yeah, that's right. Standing by with Glenn Parker and your driver's up front. You guys have had a calculated but quiet day. So what are you telling Isabella as you guys get set to go back and try and bring this thing home?
We just need to use our teammates, or our one teammate left over here.
Our one teammate
Stay
left.
up front and take this thing home.
Bring me through this day, because it's been, like I mentioned, relatively quiet for you. I know you guys got the team in order, were able to move calculated through the field, but now is when things get crazy. How'd you get yourselves into position, and what has to happen now?
We just had to pick the right line at the right time. Now it's just up to a good push and try to see what happens next.
Appreciate your time. Good luck the rest of the way. A chance for this 55 team to make some history out here today, guys.
And to what they talked about, Phil, she's got the right guy there with a veteran Gustine.
She really does. But we saw a couple years ago when Gustine won Daytona that it was more important for him to win Daytona than maybe work with his teammates. So I don't know if that's the same situation we're going to see here. There was some miscommunication during that win with Gustine. So hopefully their communication will be clear. But again, you don't want to say, okay, I'm going to work with my teammate. I want to finish second here. You know, you want to be able to win. You want to be able to finish 1-2. And I think that's going to be critical for those Nitro teammates.
How do you manage that, Austin, with your teammates?
Well, it's good being in the lead, and she did a great job getting there. And then from here, you can start to think about the scenarios, really. I mean, we only have a handful of laps. We're red flag with 6 to go now. It's probably going to be at a maximum 3 laps left in the race once we do go back green. So I think right now, under caution, she's going through the restart scenario, you know, what she wants to do with the launch. You know, there's no choose cone in the ARCA Menards series, so she knows where other cars are going to line up around her. The team does as well. So it's going to be important for her to execute this and understand where her teammates are, where the people are that she can possibly trust. But past that, you know, lean on her experience from being out front in these fields before. As Phil's mentioned already, she's been up front at these races, especially at Talladega before. So it'll be very important for execution here.
Why don't we see what she's thinking right now, coming firsthand. Hey, Isabella, Phil Parsons and the boys in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got a copy. Very good.
We've done an awesome job today. Kept that car out of trouble. Been a quiet day. Now you find yourself up front. We've been talking about scenarios. We just talked to your crew chief, talking about working with your teammate. What's going through your mind right now, Isabella?
Yeah, just thinking through this restart here, who my help's going to be and how many laps are left, and just make sure that I'm the one in front when we cross the line.
Are you going to try to work with your teammate, Gustine? Do you have any other friends out there, or is it every man, as it were, or a woman for themselves?
Yeah, if my teammates are up behind me, we'll definitely work together here for the end. We haven't really talked through who's in line with me, so here in the next couple of minutes, we're going to figure out who my help is and who's going to help me and who I'll help.
Well, we're going to let you go and figure that out, but you've done an awesome job so far. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Boy, she needs it. And when the dust settles, here she is at the point. Talked about her rough start of the season after a fantastic year in 2025 for that 55 car.
Yeah, Butterbean, you raced against her last year. She's pretty competent race car driver.
Yeah, you know, and obviously it was Venerini and now moving to Nitro, but when we went to race, felt like it was us versus the Toyotas every week. And, you know, they had a lot of cars with a lot of notes to bounce back and forth. And, you know, those individual teams were ones that we had to go and beat each week, and it wasn't ever easy. Obviously, my team did a really good job last year and made me look better than I am. But it was a lot of fun, you know, having people to race with and for me to learn how the air works at a lot of these tracks racing around them. So we had a lot of fun.
Best career finish 2 years ago at Springfield, finished second. So under our 5th caution, red flag here at the Speedway, and this is why we are under red at the moment.
You see, Isabella moved up the racetrack a little bit, then that moved to 70th on Nunziata up the racetrack a little bit as well, and that opened the door in the middle for just a second. But I'm not sure there was a lane there. Unfortunately, he may have had so much momentum he couldn't keep from getting in that hole.
Yeah, we saw a lot of pushing and shoving, you know, 2-3 laps headed up to this, and getting a push in the center of the corner is always a difficult thing to handle as a race car driver, and at these moments. And obviously the other thing difficult to handle is all these spun out race cars with a lot of smoke in front of you. So it's yeah, difficult when it comes down to crunch time, and when the drivers are a lot less patient than what we saw earlier in the race.
So Squirrel trying to come up the middle and make things happen. There you go.
He's the happiest guy at a wreck. I've never been that happy to get down after a wreck.
He's happier than Cletus was when he was passing cars.
You ever got out in a car cheering like that after
You know, it's actually really funny because we got wrecked out on the last lap at Talladega, and I had all 4 flat tires, and I forget who won the race. They were already celebrating the start-finish. I think it was the year Kyle Busch won. And I'm on 4 flats racing Truex, who is also on 4 flats, and I beat him at the line, and I got out of the car and, you know, waved at the fans and everything. It was just individual victories. But
y'all had y'all's own little race.
yeah, we had just a small little race that no one cared about. So.
Well, you remember that time Carl Edwards turned over before the start-finish line and then got out of his car and ran across the start-finish line to finish.
Yes. Got to grab the transponder if you do that.
Yeah, I don't think he got credited.
No. Just burn some calories.
Cleanup continues. We've got time, guys. We're going to go back to 1988 here at Talladega.
Oh, is this a Phil clip?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Phil Parsons.
This is a long time ago. It was color. It wasn't black and white anyway.
Skull 55 takes home the checkered flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good day.
Look at that hair. How about the side skirts on that?
I've learned with Phil, don't let him ever fool you. We went batting practice last year in Toledo, and my man was in there like a major league guy hitting it off the machine.
Good Lord.
They pick up basketball. Golfing
Baby Allison Ford. Wait, no, that's not an Allison
Ricky
car.
Rudd,
That
Chesapeake
is
native. That's where
that
I'm
is
from.
a
Yes,
2000
sir.
2005
Hall of
Taurus.
Famer, Ricky Rudd.
So yeah, Ricky Rudd. He drove that car from 2000 2011 to 2001.
We're getting ready for
2002.
Cletus.
but they changed the color to yellow
man.
after 01.
Can you imagine how mad if he doesn't win? Those fans, how many of them are going to stay? Or they go?
We've been standing in this booth, and under caution, when he was leading races, the race fans in front of us would stand up and throw their hats in the air. It was, it'd be an incredible sight. I might even leave the camper tonight and go just check on things on the boulevard, see if the place ain't burning down.
How
Phil,
long
you
does this
talked about
cleanup
being
be?
in victory
We've
lane.
been here now for
You and
over
Austin
2
have both
hours.
done it here. Are you able to realize in the moment that, like, decades later, 2026, we're going to be talking about how that
Emphasis on decades, man, that was tough.
Lifetimes later, we're going to be talking about
Are you
it.
able to realize in the moment that how life-changing that moment is?
I don't think initially you do. Obviously, you know, after some time, it kind of sinks in a little bit. But, you know, you work, and you guys all know, you guys have won a lot of races. You work and work and work and work to try to get to a certain level, and all of a sudden it happens. You know, your dreams come true, and it's a little bit surreal, and it takes a bit to sink in.
I feel like these racetracks provide such crazy finishes. You're never certain. You could be 100 yards from the start-finish line, and you're not entirely certain how it's going to go. And I feel like that's why you see so much excitement from race winners at these types of tracks. But every race
we're under
win
caution.
means
Yay!
something different as we see a whole group of drivers that are going to be trying to go for that.
I think we're under caution now.
Down to Josh with Squirrel.
He's been checked and released from the care center, and bring me through your day, man. I mean, I know it was a lot of highs, a lot of lows. Of course, it ends early, but what was your takeaway?
Oh, that was the most insane, incredible thing I've ever done. All I remember is coming out of 4, I seen Biffle on a bald eagle in front of me. Then I seen a cloud of smoke. And I didn't know where the hell I was at. I knew I was in Talladega, right here in America, and that's the last thing I remember. I hit about 15 times, ended up about 1,000 yards away from where it all started, but it was the most insane thing I've ever been a part of in my life.
Well, your good buddy is towards the front of this race, so I don't know if you have any advice from him, but where are you going to watch your boy Cletus try and finish this thing out?
My goodness, I see he's top 5. I know he was leading for a little bit, and we were hauling right up to him. Might even came around him back there in the back, but it was insane. All I could do is hope that my boy pulls through, gets a W, out here in Dega, or, you know, just doesn't do what just happened to me. Luckily, thank God it wasn't my fault. And thank God I'm here, I'm okay, and everyone else is okay. But, man, this has been incredible.
Appreciate your time. Glad you're okay.
It's about as good as it gets. Again, Butterbean, your post-race interviews were always fantastic, but, man, these guys are right up there with you, with Cletus and Squirrel.
I give them a lot of credit because y'all got to see the good ones after a win.
Will
I don't
Kimmel's
know
in
how
third.
I would handle being wrecked out, and I was
And have
up
that
here-
big a smile on your face.
I was up here pointing at Austin. I love my man's got his helmet. Old school, baby. Hold it. No one's taking that from him. He's walking back to the motorhome with
5 laps to go.
Think he'll take the fire suit off?
If Cletus wins, they'll probably be in a fire suit all night. Like, it's, I mean, y'all know it's going to be.
I mean, Cletus got wrecked out of Kansas, or had that.
He still had the suit on an hour later.
Yes.
All right, back down to Josh.
Thomas Annunziata was having a great day out there. Unfortunately, it comes to an end too early. What did you see out there?
Well, I thought we had a great race car. The team gave me a great race car. Just with 30 laps to go, I lost radio connection to everybody. So I didn't know what lap I was on or whatever. I had to look at the TV as it was going by.
No radio, that's bad. At a super
Very
speedway.
important. And I just had to make educated guesses there, not knowing where anyone was, trying to look at my small mirrors and try to figure it out. And I thought I guessed it really well there at the end, but then on the backstretch there, I lost touch of where everyone was. I didn't know whether I needed to go inside or outside. I couldn't tell the gaps. I couldn't see anything. I didn't have anyone to talk to. So and going into turn 3, I had no idea where to be and where anyone was coming. I got surprised when Isabella got underneath me, and then I just got spun after that. I don't know where to go. That's all.
Well, that's a tough break there. Appreciate your time. Glad you're okay. And, guys, you can speak to how frightening that could be when you have no communication at that point in a race.
Oh, it's a really difficult spot to be in. I'm surprised. I mean, he was doing a great job up there.
What happened?
With spotter and
The 20. We had a car wreck under caution. Ron Vandermeer.
That's the 26 of Vandermeer.
What in the world? Must have been a tire.
What
tire
the
blew or
hell?
something, right?
He's on his own.
He's missing that whole right rear fender.
Oh,
yeah.
there it is.
There it is.
Right rear blows.
And tell him, am I wrong for saying this? It speeds up when the tire blows every time. It feels like, I mean,
when you're not going straight, that's when it feels.
Now we're under caution for longer. That was driver's side.
Vandermeer, 43.
He did get out of the car though. But what the hell? We're going to end this with 1 lap to go.
Caution for sure.
Boy,
I would guess now after this cleanup, we probably will have a 1 lap overtime shootout. I would guess we would get to the scheduled distance before we restart.
we'll find out when we come back. If that's the case,
This has been painful. So I'm gonna I can rewind the broadcast. No, I can't. Let me rewind the broadcast. Let me see the. We went under this caution for about 20 minutes.
A good move or not is.
So, but I even noticed Squirrel had worked his way up that quickly. I can see him. I'm rewatching it now. He's like 6th or 7th. He's 7th or 8th in the outside lane. Okay, now he's 6th, getting past Ryan Huff. And this is at the 9 to go, and that's where Bowman gets hit. I need to see how Bowman got spun. My first thought was he got wrecked by Ruggiero. Oh no, I rewinded way too far. It might have he might have just come down on Cletus. Squirrel at this point was running 10th. Still 6th in the outside lane. Going on the back stretch, so 8 to go. Everything goes to crap in 2 laps. So Squirrel gets caught out to dry. Nitro is still 3, but yeah, that's all, I think I know everything else. So, okay, top 10 now. Isabella Robusto, Gio Ruggiero, Will Kimmel, Cletus McFarland, Gus Dean, Andy Jankowiak, Jake Finch, Taylor Reimer, Sean Corr, Ryan Vargas.
with licensed medical providers prescribing ED meds. The best part? The first month is free.
Hey, yo, it's way too quiet. If it keeps up, then I might start a riot.
Messi! This crowd is on its feet. Sensational!
Major League Soccer, today on Fox.
You don't win Talladega. You survive it.
Also, I was wrong about Steve Lewis Jr. He has, 500 from Talladega. Steve Lewis Jr. had made races in 2023 and 24 and 25. I just forgot about it because he DNQ'd at Daytona twice in a row.
First-time winners here at Talladega. We've not had a repeat winner in the last 19 ARCA Menards Series races on this track. Speaking of the unpredictability of this place, here's a Reese's sweet move of the race. Visit ARCARacing.com Monday at 3 Eastern to see who is crowned Reese's sweet move of the race.
Taking the lead. Let's be
That was
real.
Bowman keeping that car out of the inside wall. Really did a nice job. There were some flat tires, but there could have been significant damage had he gotten into the inside wall. But he stays on the racetrack now, but being shown one lap down.
I think that was a sweet move if you build the 20 car.
Yeah. Oh, his guy said that was pretty sweet.
Yes, 100%.
His guys are going to get them Reese's no matter what now after that one. They wanted, even if
All
they
right,
don't win,
I think we're
award.
going green next time by.
Butterbean, by the way, well documented that when you win, you go to Waffle House.
No, we're not.
Will you go to Waffle House at other times in your life, or only when you win a race?
So last night on the Boulevard, I got asked that I don't know how many times. Most of the fans think I'm racing today, and I just stopped telling them. I'm like, all right, thank you. They kept saying good luck, but like trucks aren't even here. But thank you, and I don't really go unless we win, and I just kind of keep the tradition going. You know, it makes it special for that reason. And but here lately, I think a lot of people are mad because we haven't been in a while.
What's the order?
Yeah,
man, I'm a chocolate milk all-star special, scrambled eggs, cheese, hash browns, bacon.
The cheese and the scrambled eggs
and
is
a waffle. All-Star has a waffle too, right?
It's true, but if Waffle House doesn't want to sponsor me, we might have to change it. You know, I got to go. Whoever wants to help us, you know, go there.
I'm down with that.
I like how y'all had last year. I forgot who was in the booth with y'all at times, but I would get photos of y'all had like a map diagram to the closest Waffle Houses. I was like, this is hilarious.
We sat under caution talking about this restart with not too many laps left, and the two cars behind Isabella Robusto have quite a bit of damage with the 18 and the 69 with all that front end damage, and she's the only one that's allowed lane choice, picking bottom, picking top. So, you know, she's got the opportunity to pick the 69, which has a ton of damage, but has been a good pusher. You don't really know what's going to happen there. Or you can take the top and have Cletus be the one behind you. It's a tough position to be put in.
It's not an easy decision.
And that's, I'm sure, what she's talking about with her crew chief and her spotters and trying to get together. We know Gus Dean, another one of her teammates, will start third row inside in that 25 car.
Austin and I went back and forth about it during the break. We still think bottom.
Yeah,
I still do.
If you're not sure, you know, pick what makes the most sense. You know, the bottom lane's obviously been fairly dominant throughout the day. We've seen some great pushes that have really propelled that outside lane. And what she does have going for her is the 18 car does have a good amount of damage on that right front. So regardless who she's trying to beat on the restart, on the launch, is at a disadvantage. Granted, that disadvantage will come up at a higher speed for sure.
I think we're going to get one to go now. It looks like the flagman has pulled the yellow flag back. Let's see if that happens. If we get one to go.
It'll be a normal green-white checker right now.
This is. We will take the green flag with one lap to go.
Okay.
And that will not be overtime. That will be the scheduled distance. So if we were to have a caution on that last lap, then we would have an overtime. This is not considered overtime. This will be considered
Will Kimmel's.
running the scheduled distance
I
if we
mentioned
go
Ruggiero
green
got
on
damaged.
that
I
last
forgot
lap.
Will Kimmel's got a busted
interesting
front
here,
grill
Austin. Obviously,
because he
Cletus
ran
has
into
a
an
really clean
Nunziata.
car, and he is pushing 18. I expect Gio to be really aggressive on the side draft.
Really aggressive on the side drive. He's also been really aggressive just on the launch
Oh
itself.
my God, this could just
timing
be a
that
complete
restart
disaster.
line.
It's 18 wins again, I
been
swear
in
to
his
God.
wheelhouse. He's had this outside lane restart many times today, whereas obviously this is Isabella's first restart up at the front in today's race.
Remember how good he was on the restarts all day long at Kansas last week. And I talked to his guys. I talked to his crew chief, Matt Ross. I said, do you have something in the transmission? He said, no, that's all Gio. That's just his timing and the way he got it done. So it's going to be really critical here.
That's a ton of damage, though, the more they zoom in on that shot.
Look at, it's a parachute. That fender is sticking out.
Yeah. That fender could fly off here at 180 miles an hour as
And
well.
you don't know if he's got suspension damage, too. So if you're Cletus, you're put in a pretty tough position here.
I could see Cletus and Andy J stepping out, and I mean, you got to do it quick. You almost got to do it right at the start.
Abandon the 18. I'm all
third
for
line
it.
here. He did predict with 24 to go. Cletus did that he would win this race. He said, write it down with 24 laps remaining. We're winning today.
I almost tweeted it. So,
and if it's on Twitter, it's real.
That's right.
Must be real. Must be real. This may be the most important restart of Isabella Robusto's life right here. I would say it is.
She has yet to win. Her best finish is second. She was third here last year.
All right, here we go. It's going to be white flag. 1 lap to go at Talladega.
Gio with another great launch on the outside.
Kimmel trying to push Robusto for all it's worth, even with his busted grill. She takes the lead.
Clear now before we get to turn 2. Cletus goes
Will Kimmel like it. Oh, Ruggiero pushed to the middle.
He's got 1 car behind him. Meanwhile, this is really
Robusto's now out there. Gustine giving a big push to Will Kimmel as they head down the backstretch with half a lap to go.
Does she have too big a lead, though? That's the key.
Will Kimmel. Oh, a near wreck. Will Kimmel to the lead now. Being pushed by Gustine. He's won at Daytona 4. He tucks to the inside. Cletus goes high. Gustine to the lead now. Cletus to the outside.
It's going to take a lot of help for these drivers.
Oh, he pushes Gustine below the yellow line. Did you lose any momentum? Here comes Eddie Jankowiak round the outside. The to the line. Eddie Jankowiak, the pizza man from Buffalo, wins.
Cletus gave it everything he had there, but what an amazing moment for Andy J.
No freaking way, man.
So racing with Andy
Great
J
ending.
last year,
The good
and he
ending.
did
The best ending.
Stuff like that's a huge win for everybody listening. Like
Cletus finishes second, but my God, I don't.
We talked to him in the garage here yesterday, and he said it was all about winning, all about getting that first win. So what do you want to do
man.
for? So getting that win,
Got
getting the win.
Greg Van Alst 3 years ago.
This first career,
And
right?
now,
First
Andy
career, I bet this
Jankowiak.
interview is going to be up there,
The
right?
pizza man, the modified driver from Buffalo,
We've
New
had a
York,
first-time winner
is
in Talladega
finally
and
an
20
ARCA
different winners
winner.
in a row.
And oh my God, it feels good to have
How
an
about
upset.
Cletus and Gustine and Robusto, who led on the final restart with 1 to go, will settle for 4th.
I thought Gus might go with Isabella, but he was going for the win.
He didn't lift
That's
until he
something
saw
that's such a
God
big
of the
run.
checkered
Well,
flag.
Separated as the pack was. Cletus put on a great show, great effort all around by him. Really solid drive. Obviously, Gio with all the damage.
Mature beyond his experience.
Absolutely, he was steady all day.
Really was. Gio did a great job in remaining
Chaotic
in the top
as
5
hell.
with all that damage.
My
but
God.
Let's take nothing away from that wheeling car there of Andy J.
Yes, he's not doing a burnout.
It is.
Which is
First
fine.
career win
Respecting
comes
his
to
equipment.
Talladega. Going to save his stuff, it appears, instead of the burnout. 38-year-old from Buffalo, New York.
When was the last time you saw, well,
That
never
Chevrolet
mind.
with
Wheeling on the 2 and no
Mike
Riley,
Dayton,
so I can't say that.
His
but-
crew chief.
When was
What
the
a
last
moment.
time
We talked to him. He
71 won a
still
race
delivers
in any of the
pizza every
divisions?
now and then, too.
He's delivering a win today.
Well,
He
never
delivered a
mind.
win
They
today.
called
What a
that
great
one in
job by this
a
Wheeling
few weeks
team.
ago at Tucson.
Andy Seiss and all his
Who
guys
cares?
down there.
He won. Andy J won. I'm happy.
Bandana.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
for the rest of the results, Andy Jankowiak wins. Cletus McFarland second. Gus Dean third. Isabella Robusto fourth. Giro fifth. Taylor Reimer in sixth. Sean Core seventh. Ryan Vargas in eighth. Jack Wood in ninth. And Daniel Dye in 10th. So a recovery from the Pinnacle Racing duo after they got a double of penalties.
I can't even imagine.
It's nothing like your first one.
Yeah. Actually, we all can imagine exactly how he feels.
His previous best finish was 4th. He did that at Talladega last year and at Michigan in 2023. And for the first time in his career, he's going to milk this thing.
Hey, enjoy it like it's your last. That's what I do every time.
He's got the bandana on. He pulled it out from under the collar.
I called it.
Andy Jankowiak.
And that's awesome. Look at the shoes.
Yeah, standing on was like
Let
Chase
it
Elliott.
sink in, taking it all in. One of the crown jewels in stock car racing. And this is where, for the first time, he will head to victory lane. Here's Caitlin.
Just moments after the race, Andy asked on the radio, did I win the race? And yes, my friend, you have won here at Talladega. What does this one mean to you?
I thought there was one more lap. The radio was super staticky. I'm still waiting to wake up here for a second. This effort, everything that got me to ARCA and everything after that's come with Kevin LaPierre and Andy Seiss and Mike Dayton has just been, there's been no greater team combination. Like I've had so much help, so many people that helped us all get this happen. It's just, there's never been more of a team effort standing in victory lane in Talladega. What an adventure. God, this one's for my best friend, Steve Mendoza. I wanted to win for him. Wearing a green bandana for him. I love him so much. I know he's home watching. God, I can't believe I didn't know the race is over. That's the most Andy J thing I could ever do. I'm like, where'd they go? Where'd they go? I got to thank Hook for jumping on board, Wheeling, Phillips 66, Automotive Consultants of Ithaca, selling new cars at wholesale prices, Florida Safety Systems, Yukon Creek Sportsman Club, RD Cores, Wheeling, Velocita Klotz, Ryan Brunson, Casey Energy, Dax Markets, just all of our partners. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Like, people just don't realize how many little things it took to get to this step, and it's just such a team effort. I wanted to win this more for Andy and Mike and Kevin than I did than myself. And God, wow, it just happened. Did it just happen?
It did just happen.
I'm gonna wake up in a minute, right? I've done this before. I just always wake up. Just wow. I don't even know what to say. Who was second? Was it Cletus second?
I'm actually not sure where Cletus ended up, but I know you are the winner. So enjoy this
Cletus
one.
is
Head
second.
out to the boulevard, and yes, Cletus did finish second.
Glass Motorsports, Kevin
He says,
LaPierre,
I've done
Andy
this
Seiss.
before, but I always wake up. He's not going to wake up this time.
Let's
lap,
watch that
restart
final
with
lap
Robusto
one more
on the
time
bottom, the
without me
control
freaking
car.
out.
great
Okay,
restart by
even
Gio and
Stevens
Cletus on
to
the
start off.
outside. Will Kimmel
You got
doing a nice
Ruggiero
job
and
pushing
Robusto in the
his
front
Rebel,
row.
that red car
Will
from the
Kimmel pushing
inside.
the 55.
This is the move here, though.
Cletus
and
not
Andy J end
pushing
up getting up
Gio Ruggiero.
and able to build a run. Meanwhile,
McFarland gets, or
Isabella
Cletus gets
too
around
far in
Ruggiero,
front,
who falls
and
back
Andy
to
J is
fifth
gonna
position.
have a
Now
huge
Gus
run
Dean
here at the
is
end of the back
pushing
straightaway.
Will
Andy J's
Kimmel
running sixth
to
right now as
Isabella
they come
Robusto,
up
who
for
is
turn
Robusto's
two.
out
And they
way
said they were
very
gonna have
far.
to do that today,
Uh,
I felt like.
Andy J gets to Cletus and gives him the
See, Will
push.
Kimmel gonna
Meanwhile,
push Gus Dean.
as we enter
They can take it
three,
to the lead.
Will Kimmel gets
Cletus and
past
Andy J have this huge
Robusto.
run
Gus
from
Dean
behind.
pulling to the inside.
Gus goes for the
McFarland's
pass
got
on
the run.
Kimmel.
He goes outside
Cletus
of
goes for
Will
the pass
Kimmel.
on Kimmel.
Andy J follows him.
And Andy J out of
Kimmel,
nowhere. These two are gonna
Cletus
side off
versus
each other for
Gus
the
Dean
lead.
now. Cletus bumps
Take it home.
Gus Dean way below the yellow line.
there.
They
That was
lose
close.
momentum. And that Andy J is closing, side drafting around the
I think if
outside.
Cletus gets
A
clear on
bump to
that block,
Cletus
he wins the
from
race. It
Gus
was what he
Dean.
needed to do,
But Andy J gets
was
by
an
both
awesome
of
job.
them.
Both of those drivers, Andy Jankowiak
And
Cletus
Andy J
McFarland, both did a
and
great job to put
and
themselves in
Cletus
position.
gets back to second by
Speaking
3
of,
1,000ths
Cletus,
of
Josh
a
standing by
second.
with him.
Yeah, standing by with Cletus, and you would think with the reception we got over here, you got on top of the car when you got out. You might have won the race. You just had a chance to watch it back, though. As you go through that final lap, what's in your mind that you could have done different?
Well, looking at that, I think I needed to back up a smidge to get that help that was behind me. I kind of, left the 71, I'm pretty sure, and tried to go down. I didn't have enough room to get past Will. We started beating each other up, and then Andy passed us, got the W. Congratulations to him. What an insane day of racing. The greatest race I've ever been a part of in my life right there.
He very well could have won. Cletus very well could have won that race.
The Rhett Jones Racing and Mr. Sam Spray Wax. Shout out to Mr. Sam. I mean, honestly, probably the most fun I've ever had with clothes on. It was freaking insane. Talladega!
Cletus, what do performances like this for you, given where you started and now you come home with your best career finish a year later? What do these do for you going forward?
I got a lot of confidence today. When we're rubbing like that at 180, I'm like, wow, you can actually move the car around a lot. I mean, we were pretty... Nice job, buddy! We were pretty sideways. I learned a lot about drafting today, I would say, more than anything. When I was tight, it was because there was someone on my bumper, and then I got into the 97 up there, coming out of 2. I think it was a 97. I mean, I had my wheel turned more than I could possibly turn it, and I just was getting shoved, and I just came up and got him. So, sorry to the 97 team. I don't know how they ended up out of that, if they slid or crashed, but, that's something I just didn't know. If someone's on me, I got to expect to be super tight, and that scared the crap out of me. I thought my race was done right there, but pushed through, power Mr. Sam on my hood.
Froze. Come on. It ended. Jeez. Well, the broadcast cut off. Well, that was ARCA. Holy crap. That was pretty fun, not gonna lie. And someone from my home state winning doesn't get better than that. All right. So in about an hour is the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race. No idea if I'll be able to stream it because I'm considering I was putting because I don't have my antenna with me to hook up to the TV that I had. So if not, I'll try to do Cup tomorrow. I might be busy at the time. But thanks everyone who showed up. See you next time. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.